is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance since we were kids. Right from the a luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education thus also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system What is education? Books? What is education? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education thus also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me, Corina? Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the dignitaries of IIU, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, and the loving audience present here from all around the globe. In this topic, humanity aligned by goals transform a better youth. Before we go through for the next information, let me introduce myself. My name is Johnny Baba Maumere. I am from Indonesia, and today I'm going to be your moderators for this today's event. And today I have seen on my script, we are around 25 participants, 25 keynote speakers come all over the round, from New Zealand, India, Canada, Nigeria, and so on. So before we go next, we have to respect our ancestors. Let us do the same in this Zoom meeting. Let us together, we are going to build our youth in better life in the future. Before we start, let us pray to our beloved God for the success of the event and seek his blessing for the well-being of everyone in this globe. Okay, thank you. It's my honor to introduce the team IIU, the strong support of IIU who are working constantly to achieve the visions and missions of IIU by the bringing the new of education all over the globe. Visionary founder, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, the man behind the success of IIU. As I found from his script, he has the co-founder from all over the globe, Mr. Stephen from Australia, Dr. Satnam Duchan from UK, Miss Mona Angia from Indonesia. What a pleasure to introduce to the team IIU. You all must be curious to know more about International Internship University. About IIU is building a better and brighter future for young learners and is committed to providing better and future education to all of the young learners of the globe. Some of event has been done or organized by IIU, such as IIU Women Entrepreneur Council, IIU Nation Future, depend on student, the youth. IIU Youth comes but once in a life. I have take from a quote from Mr. Pandit. Yeah, there are 6 Cs. The first, competence. The second is confidence. The third is connection. The fourth is compassion. The fifth is contribution, and the sixth is character. So tonight we are here to build up together the youth in our future. So let me invite the first speaker from New Zealand. Let me introduce you all.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think we have a special guest today. Don't we have?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yes, please.
Okay. And today we have the special guest this night. Wait. I have to. Yeah. Tonight we have the special guest, Mr. Vikram Rajula. Yeah. He's a master degree in environmental engineering from Delhi Technological University. He devoted his entire career to the social and development sector. He has executed program in partnership with some of the leading university, funding agency, international NGOs, and government departments of Asia. Sir Vikram has implemented projects in agriculture in Afghanistan, Cambodia, China, India, Indonesia, Nepal, Philippines, Singapore, and he is also a TEDx speaker. As you know, TEDx speaker is very famous of the world. And he conducts also session in critical thinking, sustainable studies, entrepreneurship, and power skill like communication and negotiation. He is also co-founder and chairman of Indeed Foundation and a non-profit. He also published newsletter and case studies for the Environmental Information System program of Ministry of Environmental and Forest. He also co-author and a chapter titled Climate Change and Disaster Risk, this supporting this climate change and disaster risks. He also presented papers at several international forums such as the Singapore International Water Week 2011. He also published World Toilet Summit 2008 in Macau, China, and a Global Waste Focus 2004 in Dakar. This is the second our special guest tonight. Also, which I have tonight, but which I have to find this special. Dr. We have the second special guest tonight, Dr. Prasi Gaur, founder and CEO of Remarkable Education PFT Limited.
She will be sorry. She will be at the end for a vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome, Mr. Vikram Rajola.
Okay, Mr. Vikram, time is yours.
Thank you very much. First of all my fellow panelists in this very important discussion. Thank you, IIU, for giving me this platform. Much obliged, and it's festive season in India, so happy holidays, so to say, from India. When we talk about youth, basically, I've spent around 2 decades now working with youth, and my career has fortunately taken me through a lot of interaction. So because I've been working with NGOs, universities, development organizations, United Nations, and so on and so forth. And now I run my own not-for-profit for the last 7 years, which is focused on school students, so government school students of India, the beneficiaries. And we work largely through volunteerism. So one of the planks that we work on is to promote volunteerism in India. Unfortunately, unlike the West, where it is actually part of the curriculum, in India, it is not so popular. In lots of developing nations like India and very many other nations, African nations, it's not that popular as it should be. So youth volunteerism is one plank that we work on. When I look at youth, and this is one of the things that it's a sort of heart-to-heart meeting of hearts that this platform gives to me. We're really pleased that this kind of internship has been started, this opportunity at an international level where people can come together, collaborate, meet with the best of brains, and students and youth can take advantage of this opportunity across the globe. There can be a lot of learning, including peer learning. It's a fantastic opportunity that IIU has created. So the two challenges or problems that we see amongst the youth through this over time, what we have seen is, the first is they are confused and bewildered, which is understandable because there is so many choices nowadays. Like kids born after 2000, those who are now in school and college, are seeing a world which is highly connected. There is so much competition, there's so much population, and their lives are lived in the limelight. For example, those of us who studied in the 80s and 90s and started working after 2000, we were already mature. We were working before internet and social media and so on and so forth happened. So we were, to an extent, slightly mature, slightly away from that stage, that vulnerable phase of life. But those who are born around 2000, after Google, those who are the Googlers, basically those who were born after Google was born, those who are below 23, those who are in school and college today, the youth, so to say, are really vulnerable. They're bewildered by the plethora of choices, whether it is career, partner, personal choices, what to see, what to watch, who to meet, who to trust, and so on, which is understandable. It's sad, but it's understandable. The thing that shocks and surprises me, and should come as a revelation to all of us also, is that they are low on confidence. And here I'm talking about the best of the best, like those who are studying in the top schools and universities across India and lots of other nations. This first time when I heard that, like we do a lot of trainings with students, and when we talk to them, do a detailed SWOT analysis, say, then one of the common threads is they are low on confidence. And that came as a shocker. I thought anybody who has that level of access to information, who is sort of privileged, who is already having access to a good school, university, whose parents are doing well, they are all upper middle class, they can afford to send them to this kind of and provide them the best of guidance. Why should they be low on confidence? But as it turns out, living a life in that limelight where you are 24/7, you are compared with others, where nothing is good enough, because whatever you have, whether it's a product or a stage of life or some sort of success in any subject or at stage of life, you could have done better, because that's what you see when you compare yourself with internet. There is no end to it. You are the richest man in India. Well, there is somebody around the world who's richer than you. And in any case, I mean, none of the kids is the richest man. So just as an example. So that becomes a huge. However, there is a solution. And that is what we believe that volunteerism is a mantra for young people, which once they like volunteerism, internship, social sector, engagement in the social sector. So when we do something beyond ourselves, we develop qualities like empathy, that happiness which comes from engaging and supporting, doing something for the underprivileged, the underserved, those who are not as lucky as us. And that engagement gives them a lot of confidence, gives them a lot of networking opportunities, adaptability, and so on. The power skills that are essential for success in their career, as well as the contentment, the satisfaction, which will be equally essential to be able to lead a healthy, wholesome life in the 21st century. So that is what, these are the issues that we identify, and these are volunteerism we present as a solution for youth around the world. And we hope there'll be discussion around that topic, of course, today. And IIU and all the partner organizations and individuals are doing a fantastic job in which they are promoting this kind of ideas for youth. Thank you. That's all.
Wow, wonderful. Give big applause for Mr. Vikram Rajola. I get the point from Mr. Vikram. He thought that networking, and engagement, and nothing is good enough, and never lost access to another. So this is IIU, the place for us to connect with others. Okay, that's a really brilliant. Okay, we go next for the next. We have the first special keynote speaker for tonight. She's from New Zealand. I just check. Siham, ma'am, are here? Hello. Okay, good. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much for coming. I just.
Thank you.
Are you okay? Are you okay in your country, morning or evening now?
No, it is. We just before midnight.
Oh, that's
it is around 11:48 before midnight. Few minutes before midnight.
But that's okay. For your generation, we need to support. Even though the time is already late night.
Okay. It's okay. No worries at all. It's my pleasure.
Okay. This Siha ma'am experience in medical, manufacturing and service industry, academic field for 24 years. Wow, that's a long journey. And she is also head of academic faculty, director of research, senior lecturer, and guest lecturer in various universities. So tonight, time is yours to share your thoughts in our life. Time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here tonight. May I share my screen? Can you kindly enable?
Oh yeah, you can share your screen.
It needs to be enabled. So while you're enabling it, I would like to really extend my thanks and gratitude to IIU. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight from Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the white long cloud And I would like to start first with a quote that I actually liked. And that quote says, "We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." Oh. New Zealand is my home, but I originally come from Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. I had my initial education there and my first years there, and then I moved to New Zealand. As you can see, we have two islands, the North Island and the South Island, and Auckland is in the top, and I live in Auckland. Auckland is the biggest city in the country, even though Wellington is the capital. And we call ourselves here the team of the 5 million. So briefly, to give you an idea, we are a very diverse nation here. The biggest percentage is New Zealand Europeans, followed by the Maori. The Maori are the indigenous people of New Zealand. They were the first people who landed here in New Zealand. They are original Polynesian tribes. And then there are other ethnicities. We are about 28 ethnicities here in New Zealand, living in synergy with each other. And I decided to show you this figure to show that the trend and what's happening on the increase in the population by different age groups. And as you can see, there is a great trend of the increase of the youth. And here we define the youth are the person who is the people between 12 and 24 years old. If we're going to look at what is youth development, as we all know, youth is our hope for the future. So in order to look at what is youth development, we need to know what is the process. It is we're preparing those young persons to meet those challenges, the challenges that they meet during their adolescence and adulthood in order to achieve their best potential. We want them to be good participants and citizens within their environment, their community, worldwide, globally, whether it is socially, whether it's economically, emotionally, physically, and to have all those cognitive competencies. So in order to do that, we have to have some strategies. And what is the aim of those strategies is to meet the needs of those young people, to equip them with life skills, to make them feel that they're cared for and they are within a safe environment, to make them feel valued, useful, and especially also spiritually grounded. How can we achieve that? In order to build their capabilities, of course. So there are factors that impact and affects the youth development here in New Zealand, and that is to do with what is the quality interpersonal relationships that they have, not only within their families, and as we call it here, whānau. Whānau is Maori term that means extended family. So how they are able to interact and build effective and quality relations outside the whānau. What is their cultural identity, their cultural competence? How are we providing for them the supportive environment, whether it's in the marae, which is the sacred Maori house, or in other youth groups, or in churches, or in different communities? How are we providing for them the positive school environment? And also the interactions within the communities. In overall, what is this positive experience that they come up with that impacts, of course, their development? Having said that, we do have challenges that are facing the youth here. And one on the top here is actually the drinking rate. It really peaks and reach the top between the age of 18 and 24 years old. I mean, that is demonstrated in our everyday life on the TV with all the ads drinking and driving, and trying to reach them with those messages always, because 33% of them has got this issue and challenge of hazardous drinking. Also, the global issue prevailing, which is obesity, we also have it here. So, for example, in 2012, New Zealand ranked the 15th OECD from the OECD countries in obesity. And in 2010, the age between 5 and 17 young people, they actually also were the third in the highest 40 countries. That demonstrates a big issue. Also, in the deprived areas, there is a big issues to do with health risks, smoking, hazardous drinking, and obesity. And also, we have certain communities like the Maoris and the Pacifica who have shortage in having primary health care, which is impacting on their well-being. And last but not least, of course, which is mental health. That has been accentuated and heightened with the COVID-19 pandemic due to the lockdown, the social distancing, and also, of course, smoking and drug abuse. So what did the country here do in New Zealand, the government, in order to combat that, in order to work towards it? They had strategies by both the Youth Development Strategy, Aotearoa, and the Agenda for Children. And they concentrated on building a common understanding for how to support healthy development for our youth. We have a model that is to talk about how to promote the holistic approach for the individual and for the person. And also how to encourage different sectors of different bodies and the government in order to participate in this initiative. That holistic model here is what we call it Te Whare Tapa Wha. And that is a Maori model. And as you can see, it is in the shape of the house. And it says that the individual, when we look at the individual, it's like a house with the four corners. And those four corners, their stability is extremely important. If one of those corners shakes, that will affect that youth or that person. And of course, the whole environment, which is the roots of the land. So when we want to take care of our youth, we need to look at those four corners: the spiritual, the mental and emotional, the physical, and the family and the whole society. This shows that there are lots of different entities that is participating for the youth development. And some of those initiatives is actually permeated across several activities through the youth parliament, the youth advisory forums, student representative schemes. The Ministry of Justice is having a fund in order to prevent crime. And the Department of Final Affairs has got also a fund to also combat the suicide and prevent it, focusing on that. There are different communities schemes. There is also the New Zealand Police. They have a lot of programs that they are actually educating youth and putting them in these programs to assist them. Also the Defense Force. So all in all, this is some of the programs that's happening here in New Zealand. And thank you very much for listening and sharing with me in my what's happening here in New Zealand. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful. For Siham ma'am just explained. I get point from her. Youth is a process that prepare a young person to meet the challenge of adolescence and adulthood. And I really inspired by the holistic Te Whare Tapa Wha. How do you say it?
Te Whare Tapa Wha.
Oh, Te Tapa Wha.
Te Whare Tapa Wha. The WH is pronounced as an F.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in Maori, the WH is an F.
different type of spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, land, roots, family, social, that's related with the youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, that's great. We
My
go
pleasure.
for the.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Thank
Now,
you. Thank you. God
now,
bless.
good. Yeah. Now we move for another country. We go next for Sierra Leone. Is Al Hassan Koroma here? Is Al Hassan Koroma? Are you here? Hello. Okay. Al Hassan Koroma, are you here? Okay. Okay. We go next for the next. Yeah, we'll have the special guest now. So the from India. Yeah, we moved to India. I have Miss Alka Singh. Are you here, Miss Alka Singh? Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Miss Alka Singh, are you here? Okay, maybe this problem with connection. So let's move on for the next speaker. We go next for, I have to check my data. How about Asima Ja? Are you here, Asima? Hello.
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Great. I meet you again. Okay, later on your turn, I will give you. I read about the script. You are a dynamic. Was really, really. Wait, I'm looking for the. Yeah, maybe this is the second time I met you in IIU. When the last time you as a speaker at climate change, right? Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. We have the same platform before. But let me say something about your. Okay. Okay. Are you ready to give your presentation to the slide?
Yes, yes. I'll be speaking. I'll not be sharing screen. I'll be speaking.
Okay. So you are as a young, public speaker, and you receive award later for Swatascha fellowship, and you speak English, Hindi, German, French, Korean. Parlez-vous français?
I speak bit by bit. Like I like speaking multiple languages. So bit by bit.
Okay, and you also won a peace ambassador of India by the Globe and a peace foundation from Dubai certificate, and so kinds of many kinds of certificates. So time is your, and the floor is now.
Thank you.
Asimaja, go.
Thank you so much for having me here. The young do not know enough to be prudent, and therefore they attempt the impossible and achieve it generation after generation. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ashima Jha, and I'm an international public speaker and one of the youth representatives here. I feel extremely privileged and thankful to be a part of this enriching discussion on youth and shaping them to be a responsible future of our world. I'll be talking today from the perspective of youth and how effectively we can harness their potential to achieve the sustainable future that we all desire. So the world today is the home of the largest generation of young people in history, 1.8 billion. Close to 90% of them live in developing countries where they constitute a large proportion of the population. So connected to each other like never before because of the technology, young people want to and already contribute to the resilience of the society and the communities. They propose innovations, driving social progress and inspiring political change in urban as well as rural context. They constitute a tremendous and essential asset worth investing in, opening the door to an unparalleled multiplier effect. However, in the world today, youth are at crossroads. On one side, they see pompous show of wealth, luxury, and enjoyments. And on the other side, they see millions of people without enough food, or clothing, struggling to survive in miserable conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, our concern today is not just talking about the ways youth can help, but to first aware them about their responsibilities in nation building and sustainable development. Many of our youngsters face problems today, ranging from access to quality education, girl education, distractions leading to road rage and crimes, lack of skill development and proper career guidance, financial crisis, social inequality, and in these days, access to technology in poor household. With this large and increasing number of young people, it is evidently clear that only by engaging and working with them, supporting them in standing up for their rights and creating the conditions, allowing them to progress, play an active role, that the international community will be able to achieve peace, security, climatic resilience, and of course, the much needed sustainable development. Now, counting to the number of problems is not going to solve them. And therefore, my audience would be willing to know what I, as a youth, would like to propose and what is the need of the hour. So first, there is a need to mainstream our workings with a youth focal point and involving them directly in our programs. Secondly, dialogue opportunities between the youth and the experts or the policy makers to know the ground reality of their problems, because a lot of things these days go on assumptions and we need to know the ground reality. Capacity building initiatives to support small youth projects. For example, the young scientist community of India, they have come up with many projects on waste management, renewable energy, climate change. But major challenge these projects face is the implementation at the higher level. So they need a collective support of the institutions, governments, and NGOs to work at the larger level. Instead of directly putting up big expectations on our future leaders, we need to provide them with equal opportunities in every field so that they can succeed well. They must be given all the facilities and also encouraged to take challenge to achieve success. The youth is filled up of minds of talents and creativity. If they raise their voice, they are successful in bringing transformation. However, we all need to understand that before them raising their voice, it is our responsibility to ensure that they know the demarcation between the rights and the wrongs. Simultaneously, one more thing needs to be taken care of, which is generally taken as a last priority, but must be ensured, that is mental and the emotional well-being. Now, youth is that period of life which enhances with power and feeling to do anything for self. They have a different perspective for any of the opinions and situations. It is the positivity and craziness towards any aspect that lead to several research and inventions. However, we need to understand that as a youth, they are surrounded by numerous goals that they aspire to fulfill in their life for themselves, from career, from family, from nation, from society. And in a bit of this constant race, the virtues of inner peace, happiness, and self-satisfaction is very important. The father of the nation of India, Mahatma Gandhi, has said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Our programs should therefore focus on the mental health concerns and the mental overload that happens commonly in the world full of constant expectations. The emphasis on regular practice of gratitude, forgiveness, and most importantly, our attitude is essential. And not taking much of your time, and to conclude myself, I would just like to speak out few poetic lines which I read somewhere and I think is very relevant today. Today's youth, they argue, they fight, they talk about their rights. Why don't they get their responsibilities? They feel sorrow and distress and never ease and rest. Why don't they take things positively? They show anger and aggression, a lot of savage expressions. Why don't they react patiently? They insult and they disrespect, and elders' orders they neglect. Why don't they regard them cordially? Their attitude is the essence, which I am sure is the legacy. Maybe it's the time to realize our flaw and bring a change that we foresee. Thank you so much all for the patient listening.
Wow, wonderful, Miss Asimaja. You are representing the youth for all over the world. I really agree with your quotes like happiness, one word you can see from Mahatma Gandhi. I hope that all youth around the world, they can do the same like you. Thank you so much for your great presentation, powerful, and you give spirit for the young generations. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you so much.
we move on for the next. We have a guest from Brazil. Uh, Miss Beatriz, are you here? Hello, Beatriz Salvador. Miss Beatriz, are you here? Okay, maybe she's on the way to this Zoom. Okay, we go next for Miss Alessa. Hello, Alessa Dirgaya. Hello, Miss Alessa. Hello. Oh, okay.
I think we have to give her a few minutes because she just come back from school. So let's go on to the next speaker, and we will call her after.
Thank you so much, Korean. We go next for we have a confidence diary. Are you here? Confidence diary. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe Daisy. Are you here, Daisy?
He was here. Confidence.
Oh, really? Hello. Confidence diary. Are you here?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, yes. Hello. Yeah. Good evening. Good.
Yeah. I'm here, but if I can be given 5 minutes because I'm in a transit to get to the office. So if the next one can come, then after that I'll come because I plan accordingly.
Okay.
So sorry
no worries.
for that.
We give you time to the next. Okay.
So I can be the next speaker because I'm almost at the office. Yes.
That's good. Thank you so much for informing. We go next for Desi Galgana. Are you here, Desi Galgana? Okay. So sorry, maybe next for Virendra Kumar Verma. Hello. Hello, Virendra. Are you here, Mr. Virendra? Oh, wait. Okay. We have next Sir Faisal Fayez. Are you here, Sir Faisal? Hello. Oh, wait. I have to admit Elise.
He's here, Faisal. Hello.
Faisal?
I can see him in the participants list. Faisal Fayez.
Faisal Fayez, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. In fact, my device having some problem due to which reason camera is not enabling. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to start. I'm just changing my device. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. Thank you. Maybe Elise. I see Elise here. Hello, Elise Durgarayan. Hello. Is Elisa?
Alice will join with two students, one student from Armenia and another student from Korea. It's very nice to meet them on this platform, but maybe she need also a few minutes. So let's go on.
Okay. We go next for Hiwa Rashid. Hello, Hiwa Rashid. Are you here?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello. Okay, good evening. Are you okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Okay, let me read some script for you. Yeah, Hiwa Rashid from Iraq. Yeah, master in public law. Yeah, and in Egypt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now time is yours to give your presentation. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance that has been given to me today. I really appreciate IIU for this such wonderful platform and discussion across the world. I would like to share my screen if you enable me.
For the team, Corina, can you let him to?
Can you know?
Yeah. Okay. Just a minute. It's audible, my slide?
Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay. First of all, actually, I would like to discuss the introduction that we now aware the age that the person has the powerful energy and they can do what they want to do. Actually, I would to start with the quote from Nelson Mandela that the worth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So I just really prefer to discuss two main challenge in Iraq for youth. That, if I'm not mistaken, this challenge also existing in the, many other developing country as well. So in Iraq, based on the report by the Ministry of Planning in January 2020 that the Iraqi population about 39 millions in 2019. The increasing of illiteracy among the West is one point that I want to shed light on it, because based on some report that there's the increasing of the number of students who joining the primary school to 93. So uh, 13% is illiteracy among those aged more than 13 years. From that, we noted that 18% are girls and 8% from boys. So we know that illiteracy is the challenge and problem for youth nowadays. Many students, they drop out from the school, whether maybe from the primary school or maybe before they reach the university. Even we see some students, they drop out the university. So the situation in Iraq actually financially is very problematic. So many families they compulsory to drop out their children from the school. So actually, this is the problem need to be solved and studied about it by Iraqi government and the international organization like United Nations. So the second main issue that I would to discuss today, the unemployment in Iraq and many other developing countries. Really, we know that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, thousands of companies, they actually face it difficulty and they compel to decrease the number of employers in their institution. So in Iraq, the number of unemployment is actually high. It's about 15 millions, which are mainly include young people. So Iraq is one of the youngest nation in the world. Nearly half is under 19 years old, and about a third between 15 and 29 years old. So, as we know, in 2014, after the ISIS attacked Iraq and could control and take 40% from the Iraqi area, take many areas in Iraq, like Mosul governorate. So after this, Iraq faces actually huge challenge, human challenge, economic challenge, and others as well. So this is cause to about 5.8 million Iraqi flee their homes. They become homeless. They become internal displaced people. Almost half of population in Iraq under the age of 19, and the unemployment among for 15 to 24 years old already stand at 18%. So with unemployment has significantly risen due to the severe economic condition resulting from the ongoing conflict in Iraq and financial or economic crisis. So in 2020, unemployment rate for Iraq was 30.7. Unemployment rate of Iraq increased from 90% in 2001 to 30.7, as I mentioned it, in 2020, which is the growing at an average annual rate of 2.45%. So how to develop the wealth? Actually, how to help the wealth? There are some key points, or we can work on it. The first and foremost, the education. We really need to reform our education system, because the education system in some or many developing countries actually the traditional and need to be modernized, because we live in the digital age. We need to rethink about the education, how to educate the young, which is could be more better than today's education system. Another point, actually, we have to support the with to learn new skills, new soft skills, because really these skills relevant to the some issues that they face today, like unemployment. So today, if you read the job vacancy, most of these opportunity that available really need some skill that's not exist by many ways, like technological skill, like some other skills relevant to language ability, maybe relevant to communication and other modern skill that actually needed. However, another point, the governmental support really essential. The government, as the previous speakers, maybe from the New Zealand, she speaks. She actually enlightened the governmental participation in the case of helping where the government maybe need to adapt more developing program for wealth. Financially, money wealth, maybe if you support them, they can work, they maybe build their own business. So the governmental maybe need to amendment of some existing legislation and to provide more assistance towards the wealth. So, however, the more participation should give them the opportunity to participate in the decision-making process. We know that in many countries, from 18 years old, they can vote. However, if you give them the chance to nominate themselves for the parliament or maybe other governmental institution, if the wealth take part in the authority system, maybe for many wealth beneficial for them. So another point, today's lifestyles of many growth under the digital age. So they really need to develop their discipline. They live in what's called sedentary lifestyle. So they have to actually rethink about their lifestyle. Maybe they need to do some exercises. Maybe say they need to read books more and go to the library. However, we know the current lifestyle is very inactive for youth. They really necessary to mentally and physically prepare themselves to achieve their goals and dreams, and they have to work hard because without hard working we cannot achieve your goals. But unfortunately many youth today, they think after they graduate from the university they take what to call the job with the highest salary, and they achieve all other dreams. No, the life you have to sacrifice, you have to work hard, you have to wake up early, you have to go to sleep early, you have to read, you have to develop your skills. So there is many opportunity for youth, but they have to change or their lifestyle. So I don't want to take other participants' time. Really, I appreciate IIU and other organizers and other participants. Thank you very much for the time today.
Okay, I'll give big applause to Sir Hiwa Rashid from Iraq. I get point from him. Hard working is a key, yeah, to pursue our success. And based on the youth position, yeah, they need to be built by skills, education, lifestyle, power, and governmental support. Good. Very, very impressive. So now we go for the next speaker.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Please call Alice. They are ready. The students are eager to present.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Miss Alisa, are you here?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Yes,
thank you for having you again in
yes,
this platform.
I rushed. I was afraid that I won't be able.
Okay, Alisa.
I was afraid really in order that I won't catch, but good. First of all, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone who are here, and glad to be here because I was listening and from the start, and know that it's a very let's say important problem that we usually have because our youth, they are our future. And today I'm going to have a little bit different presentation for our conference. I am here with my team, and in my team I have two different let's say nationalities students. One student is from my country, from Armenia, it's Gore, and one student will represent Korea. My screen. Thank you very much. Now I am going to share my presentation because with my team, with Gore from Armenia and with Sojin from Korea, we have prepared a presentation where we are going to represent how is everything about the youth development in the world, and also about the modern problems that usually youth have. As you know, youth is a worthwhile phase of one's life, and the age, when we say youth, we don't, if we go to the real age, we can say that it's something that we have already passed. But as for me, when I'm asked, especially about my age, I always say that I am one of the representatives of our youth, and I'm not adult, I'm still going to be psychological like youth. And it's an age recognized by traits of heroism, maybe muscle, stimulation, everything that we usually, it's a kind of stage that even it doesn't matter that you are, for example, adult, you are still there, and with your fantasy, with your imagination, why not with your thought, especially when you are a global educator, you try to understand, to realize, why not psychologically to understand their problems and try to have some kind of thought and criticize, maybe analyze, or have some kind of sum ups from the point of views. And it always, let's say, that helps me, because in the present it's an era, it's a powerful asset of a nation possessing energy, and also it can be a critical age of development, because it's some kinds of period when we if we just go back, even remember our youth, we can just say it's the problematic age of development, because one day we wanted to be a leader, the next day we are going to be a doctor, the next day we can say, oh no, I have many friends, or I have no friends, no one can understand me, etc. But it's, let's say, the age, the era when everyone just is accepted like, let's say, eruption, because we can have different kinds of ideas for our future. Youth is considered to be the future for our society, the future of every nationality, every country, even in education form. And at first, let me ask my students to represent, and then I will just sum up and share with you some ideas about the youth. Let's go, first of all, travel to South Korea. And my student, one of our students from South Korea, Seojin, is going to represent about the Korean teenagers. Please, Seojin.
Yes. Okay, so hello, my name is Sejin Park, and I'm a student in Hanbit High School in South Korea. I'm going to talk about Korean students' education and special educations that I'm experiencing. So, can you pass the slide?
Yes, please.
Korean students usually goes to school from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have 7 classes at each day, and there are subjects like math, English, science. Since Korean society consider education very important, after school, many teenagers go to academies like math, English, and so on. We usually come back home at 10 p.m. and do our homeworks, and many students follow this common time schedule. And some students write a study planner to manage their rest time. And I also write my assignments and important things at small posters to not to forget. And in case of me, I have special educations more. After school, I usually have a club or student council activity. And the picture on the left is my school. And the next one is the book of our club made to remember our history. And especially in our school, there are international exchange activity. And the last picture is my club's badge, where we experience international exchange activity so much. And through it, we usually exchange some letter, have Zoom meetings, and debate with other students. And thanks to this special activity, I can participate in lots of projects and talk with Korean people like you guys and share my daily life. And this is me and my Korean students' day. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Seojin, for sharing about the Korean teenagers. Now let's go to Armenia, come back to Armenia. And now one of our Armenian students, Gor, is going to represent about the Armenian teenagers' youth development issues.
वो किचन में रखती पर मैं झाड़ लेती ना तेरे झुकते नहीं देख ले मेरे को बता देना भैया पहले किचन में रखा है
Gor, are you here Gor?
Good evening from Armenia. The youth is developing quite fast. In Armenia, the sphere of IT is developing very fast. I think the youth has no borders. They can do anything. Next slide, please. Art also is famous in Armenia and in youth. Chess is also very popular in Armenia. We also have a special lesson for chess in our schools. In Armenia, we have many international chess champions, and Armenian youth often make some events. For example, we have Armenian wine days in summer. Special. Next slide, please. Here you can see some events. Youth is not a question of years. I think that's all about Armenia. Thank you.
Okay, and now a little bit, yes, I wanted to you and tell about the age between childhood and adulthood as psychologically or from the scientific point we try to represent everything. But what refers to it can be, we can say that youth, they are going to be our future. They are going to be our society's future, and it can be connected with the promises, with the dreams, and can be achieved. So hard work, dedication, planning, education, and why not with the words of wisdom. And the best advice is that for young people often comes from older people who have lived their youth, so can share some words of maybe advice as motivational, what it can be as a advice or something that we usually try to give to transfer from one generation into another generation in order to see and also to have maybe the strongest point or maybe the advice of everything. In some cases, maybe it can be an extremely important time in everyone's life, because during this period, we have the most impressive dreams, we have the most impressive just aims or purposes for doing, for trying to make our generation or our society better and better. And it can be also very adventurous, because adventures and good memories with friends from youth, they are cherished the most. And for example, what one learns at this young age, the company it can have in future, the path that he follows, and the lessons of the life he takes makes a person, how he will become tomorrow, what kind of person. Everything depends on this. That's why we as educators, we try to do everything for our students in order to make their future better and better. We try not to, let's say, to change them, but we try to moderate, to facilitate, and also we try to give and advise them in order to be a real person who will be developed from different sides. Won't be just to get the education. You can have a very perfect, very good education, but not be a real person for the society. That's why our big problem and our big question, maybe issue, is to prepare, to get ready, to prepare our youth for future. Because everything, it doesn't matter. It can be the system of education, it can be the peace. Everything depends on our today's youth development. Thank you very much. It was a little presentation from Armenia and from South Korea with our students. Thank you one more time.
Thank you very much, my dear friend Alice, and your students. For both of you, for all of you, thank you very much. Because today is a special day, and there with us today is a special person, I have a gift, and I hope you will join me to wish happy birthday to our co-founder, Mona Gia. Happy birthday, Mona.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Miss
We can
Mona.
even sing happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Corina, and all IIU family. I'm so happy today. And I want to say thank you for all IIU family.
हैप्पी बर्थडे
Thank
मोनिका
you.
जी बहुत सारी शुभकामना आप जहाँ भी रहो स्वस्थ रहो मस्त रहो हमेशा इसी तरह मुस्कुराती रहो
Very nice. We can't understand, but for sure there are very, very good words for you, Mona. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Corina, and thank you for IIU family.
Yes.
Most welcome. Thank you very, very much to join us.
And I will say thank you for all my friends, always support IIU and always join in IIU event. Hopefully we can have a big event and we can enjoy with IIU. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday once again.
Great.
And
Happy
thanks
birthday,
to join
Mona.
us.
Yes.
God bless you. Be well with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Johnny, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Corina, for the surprise gift for our co-founder, Mona Angia. As Elisa and the student from Korea and Armenia just had said, the youth of nation are its leader of tomorrow. And this night, in this Zoom meeting, my student from SMA Permai, they join us, and my fellow teachers from Jember, Teacher Yuda, to join us for this night to support for the youth. Say, give your hearty reactions, my lovely students, and my friends from Jember, Mr. Yuda, and from Flores, Miss Anna and Ina. Okay, thank you so much. We move on for the next speaker. Tonight, are you there, Miss Mr. Confidence Diary? Are you there? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'm
are
there.
you ready? Are you ready
Yes,
to?
please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, time is yours.
Okay. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon to everyone. My name is actually Confidence AJ, so it was a mistake in it. So
yes, but you know, was not our mistake. We checked your form. You registered for this conference with this name. Sorry, I can prove it. No
okay,
problem.
maybe,
We will be careful for
sure,
certificates.
Sure. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to IIU and organizers for this beautiful event. I've actually enjoyed each and every one, especially my Africa head, Professor Charles. I always salute him. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for believing in me and giving me the mandate to be able to be part of the process. For me, people define youth using ages such as maybe from 18 years, those who are legally in my side of where I'm coming from, that's Ghana, they say 18 years to 45. Then they have the young individual as well. But to me, I have found out that there is a nice definition of youth. So youth is just simply anyone who is having an active state of mind. So if somebody is having an active state of mind, I consider that person as a youth. Because in that regard, the reason why I said it is, in that regard, you are still vibrant and you are still contributing and you are still considered as somebody who can do something to help in the growth of others. So which means even at the age of 75 and you still have an active mind, you are still considered as a youth by me. So for example, Professor Charles is a youth by me because he still have the active mind. The organizers, my MC, Mr. Johnny, yes, he is still also a youth because he have an active mind and he is actually and he's actually empowering others. So now, to go about that particular thing, I can say that yes, the youth are always considered as the leaders, the future leaders of our country. But should we always continue to say that future leaders? When is the future? The future is now. So we can say that the youth are the leaders of today. But if we continue to say future, you see that the person will be having the mindset of futuristic. So always not to be thinking about the now performance, but rather thinking that, oh, he is a youth, so he will be a leader in the future. So now always we'll be thinking about the future. So with that particular mindset, I encourage the people that I always live with, those close to me, those who are far away, whoever I meet on my way, I say that as a youth, first and foremost, you must know that you have a mandate not to fail. Mandate is not to fail in life, because you don't have any reason to tell me that you want to fail in life. That's one. And two, you must know that there is somebody looking up to you. No matter where you are coming from, no matter where you are, know that there is somebody who always looks up to you. Then the third is knowing that you also look up to someone, because none is born into an island. So there is a need that we need to live and know that we have people who we depend on and other people who depends on us. So with this mindset, you see that youth are supposed to be empowered and inspired. Now, a lot of youth or a lot of people claim that they empowered youth or inspire them. But one vivid, important information or element we need to know in terms of empowering the youth is you don't just ask somebody to go and do something without providing the necessary resources as well as the necessary enabling environment, coupled with the necessary relations that the person needed to be guided with to be able to achieve the purported purpose that you align for the person to achieve. So looking at the topic, I was so happy, like really about it, because when we talk about goal of something, it's just a set of ideas. So you are just having an idea that, oh, you want to get here, you want to do this, you want to be this. But now, if those goals are not aligned with the charisma or the qualities or the trait of thought, the individuals who can achieve that, then it's not a goal, but it's just a dream. So now you claim that you are having a goal, but you see that you keep on dreaming that you are achieving something, but you end up marking time at one place. So when setting a goal as well, know that setting up a goal cannot be devoid of the characteristic or the qualities of the individual who are going to achieve that particular goal. So in all, the goal and the trait of individuals, especially the youth, are inseparable in terms of its execution. So there is a need for us to carefully look at the choice of words and how we use words. We shouldn't just use it, but we should actually perform what we say. So through empowerment, I can use myself as an example. I'm a certified business and entrepreneurship coach. I love working with young individuals when I see them, and also the youth. I say young individuals and the youth. So I love working with Professor Charles because he's a youth, per my definition. So with what I do is that I tell you, I show you the way, and I don't just tell you this is the way, go, but I journey with you. So what I do is that I do practically what I do, to be able to influence what you also do. So at every point in time, you don't look back that where is confidence, but rather you look sideways and see confidence by you. With this particular element, we all achieve together. Let's empower the youth and know that we don't have youth future leaders, but we have the youth leaders now. Thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless you all.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. How do I call it? Confidence is your real name?
Yeah,
no?
confidence, AJ. Yes.
Okay, so in this part, you are really confident with your statement about youth. You give your power for others. So we are so blessed to have you. Yeah, to give your positive side. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, let's ask for another speaker. May I request Sir Faisal Fayaz from Bangladesh? Are you here? Hello, Mr. Faisal, are you here with us now? Faisal Fayaz, are you here? Okay, we go next for we invite next speaker, Sir Jared Akama Oniari from Kenya. Are you here, Sir Jared? Hello. Maybe a bit problem. We go next for.
He is here.
Oh yeah.
Professor Jared Akama Oniari.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here, and I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak, just like other speakers have spoken. This is a wonderful discussion that we have, and I want to associate myself at what has been presented before me. And let me just have this to say.
Yeah.
When you talk about the youth, they represent the future. And remember, we are talking about humanity. When you talk about humanity, we want to see you in a humane way and being kind. And the theme goes on to say that we want to transform the youth. What do we mean like this? That we want to change the youth. Let me just start by saying this. I come from a community where you have young people. When you have got the young people, it means the community or the society is protected. Let me just have this to say again. We cannot talk about the youth if they are not on the table, so that we can't be able to articulate their issues. The future of the world today is that we need to prepare the young people adequately. And with the young people, what they are asking is mentorship. We need to mentor the young people. And if we have to mentor the young people, we have to prepare them. We have them to bring them near. Remember, we talk about sustainable development, and I've given the future, the youth present the future, and sustainable development is using the resources of today without compromising the future generation from using their resources. So if we mentor young people, if we bring them on board by giving them right education, by telling them that the future of the world today requires people with entrepreneurship skills. It requires people with innovation. It requires people with creativity. If we embrace this, then we should have prepared the youth. I have heard people say about the challenges of the youth. How do we talk about the challenges of the youth if they are ill prepared? If the young people do not have the right education, the young people are faced with poverty. The young people are faced with anger. The young people, when we talk about being the future, how do we bring them on them if we do not care about the young people? Let me just have these 4 things to say about the youth. Are we in contact with the youth to know what they are undergoing? And if we are in contact with the youth, do we care on what they are going through? And if we do care about the young people, are we concerned with some of the challenges they are going through? And if we are concerned about the young people, are we having compassion that the future of the young people, they fear, they are uncertain on what they are going to face? If we have compassion about the young people, are we compassionate? Do they have confidence in us? And if they have confidence in us, then we can therefore move to change them. But that is not the case. The young people are faced with all manner of things. So I am a professor of development. And one of the subjects I like teaching the young people is participatory development. Participatory means that in whatever we do, even in a conference like this, we cannot have the older generation speaking about the young people without being there to represent their case on how they want to move forward. So we need to involve young people. We need to have a conversation. We need to have an honest engagement. We need to give them hope. And we need to show them example that the future they are working with. We are not plundering the resources. What do we see in the world today? The world full of corruption, people without integrity, people with shortcuts, people who don't believe in human rights, people who don't believe about the environment. We keep on talking about climate change. Climate change, the way God has designed us to be, is for us to be stewards and to take care of the environment. So the young people, if we have to treat young people in a humane way, if we have to treat young people as human beings, we have to deliberately have no choice but to bring them on the table and have an honest engagement and hear some of the challenges which they have. And if honest, the young people today, if you go to the social media, if you go to information communication technology, they know on how to implement Sustainable Development Goal number 17, which talks about global partnership. Something which will happen in Kenya now, you can hear it happening in New Zealand, you can see it happening in Canada, you can see it happening in Australia, you can see it happening in India, you can see it happening in China and in Europe, simply because the young people, the youth, are what network. Let us use them as a resource. Let us see them representing the future. I therefore submit, for us to move forward, we have to involve the young people. We have to hear them. We need to have an assurance. We need to give them hope that the future, even if it does not appear well, that we can work together if we will only choose to mentor them. I submit.
Yes, thank you very much, Professor Jared. And because we talk about youth development, let me share a short video with you about youth development.
IIU Youth Development Program focuses on developing young minds and making their one-time opportunity a lifetime achievement. We want to create a modernized cultural environment of social education and welfare so that our growing youngsters will understand the value of roots. We always hear that youth is confused and misguided. They are confused and miserable because no one guided them. We are motivating and guiding the youth of India to be aware of the truth and to take action against falsehood. Youth are the future of the world, so youth development is directly related to the development and progress of the world. Peeyush Pandit. With the vision to improve the lives of children and adolescents by meeting their basic physical, developmental, and social needs, and by helping them to build the competencies needed to become successful adults. The founder of IIU, Peeyush Pandit, decided to form IIU International Youth Development Council. Peeyush Pandit at IIU International Youth Development Council endeavors to bridge the gap between global and local in each part of the world. He, with his strong teamwork towards the development of youth across the globe, exercising resources to engage youths all over the globe to learn, share and grow. Peeyush Pandit has strongly believed that childhood is a unique and crucial stage of human development. IIU International Youth Development Council is always looking for young and enthusiastic minds who want to get involved with us and participate. IIU International Youth Development Council constantly appoints executive committee members, officers, and members for our various activities, whether it's short-term or long-term. Peeyush Pandit is very confident that volunteering is and should be part of our lives as citizens. However, internship opportunities along with education can be a great way to gain much-needed experience for the youths of the world. Peeyush Pandit, the founder of IIU, made internship opportunities easily available to all the youth of the globe through International Internship University. Peeyush Pandit has developed various programs and services for youth from the underprivileged sections of the society who were poor, orphaned, delinquent, or mentally ill. Focused heavily on helping them avoid their natural inclination toward vice and sought to help them gain useful occupation. Focusing on developing the strength of the youths of the world. Rather than trying to keep teens from engaging in risky behaviors, youth development programs focus on helping them grow into happy, healthy adults. If the values will be imbibed in each member of the IIU International Youth Development Council for their progress and growth, which will ultimately lead to success. Youth development builds on 6 C's which help to prepare youths for success in every endeavor. IIU works hard to have a positive view of one's actions in areas like social, academic, cognitive, health and vocation, interpersonal skills such as conflict resolution, cognitive abilities such as decision-making, performance in terms of grades, behavior, and attendance. Nutrition, fitness, and rest make up health competency, are important factors that affect the development of the youth, which in turn affects vocational competence such as work habits and career exploration. Our objectives are as follows: to initiate, implement, and complete projects and activities which will be of help to the youth and the community. To develop and provide opportunities for leadership and service. To encourage the personal growth of leaders through participation in district, state, and national meetings and organizations. To promote respect for law and order and the general welfare of community. To promote an awareness of human relations, of power structures, and how one effectively operates within them. These objectives are realistically approached through increasing avenues of cooperation among the youths. To develop youth's potential and encourage to make a well-informed, honest, interested, and active citizenship. To develop not only leadership abilities within the youth of today, but also leadership for the community, state, and nation of tomorrow. Youth Development Council foresees a world where all young people are inspired and equipped to realize the future they want. IIU has the vision that youths of the globe should have safe, healthy, and stable places to live, learn, and work. Opportunities to access high-quality, affordable healthcare. Opportunities to acquire education, training, life skills development, and to succeed in jobs, careers, self-sufficiency, and adulthood. Special bonding, family, peers, school, supportive adults, and community. Well-trained, knowledgeable in the field, competent, compassionate, and culturally responsive connection with other organizations, recognition of their community for their strengths, and provided multiple opportunities for civic engagement, service, and leadership, thrives throughout all phases of their development, including early and middle childhood, adolescence, and young adulthood. Our mission is as follows. IIU Youth Development Council helps youths all over the globe to improve their lives through an educational process that applies knowledge to critical issues, needs, and opportunities of education and employment. IIU Youth Development Council connects youths with opportunities to transform their lives. IIU is committed to a complete makeover of the youths of the globe, with the help of counseling programs and training sessions on leadership, legal education, lifelong education, entrepreneurship, health and hygiene, public interactions, soft skills, wellness and rejuvenation, languages, culture, visual and performing arts. parenting and multitasking productively are undertaken with enthusiasm. IIU strongly believes that youth of IIU-IYDC should meet their counterparts across the globe to broaden their horizons of knowledge, understand cultural perspectives, and assimilate the best practices to incorporate in their lives, thereby enhancing the flavor of living a life of dynamism, power, and economic fulfillment to leave a mark and legacy for posterity. He feels that the confidence of youths all over globe should be boosted and an unstoppable spirit should prevail.
Hello, Corina, are you
yes,
there?
Yes, I'm here. Before you continue, I would like to inform you all that at the end there in the Zoom chat, you will find attendance form for participants, of course, in the last 15 minutes. Please make sure you fill up the attendance form in order to get your participant certificate. Thank you very much, Johnny. Over to you.
Thank you, Corina, for your information. Okay, we go for our next film. I'm asking for all of us in this Zoom. Do you still with us? Yeah, still have energy? Is it? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I go back from the first part. I recall again. Miss Alka Singh are here. Alka. Okay, now we go next for Faisal Fayaz. Hello, Mr. Faisal Fayaz. Okay, we move on. Next for Sir Job Lazarus. Hello, Lazarus Okelo. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, are you ready to give your presentation? Okay, time is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I am exceptionally blessed to be part of this wonderful global youth conference. The great Joseph Protazio Rizal said, "The youth are the hope of our future." Any country that does not invest in the youth is doomed. The youth are the custodians of the future, but no one will give them the future on a silver plate. We must work hard for the future we want as the young people. I love what Nelson Mandela said, that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. However, to lead tomorrow, you must prepare today. So the question is, how are we preparing today as the youth to lead tomorrow? Life is like a relay race. The youth receive the baton from the old people. Now the question is, are we really prepared to receive the baton from the old people? If yes, how are we preparing to receive the batons? Because after the old people, we are next. And we have to prepare now to receive the batons before it is too late. Today, the world faces a lot of challenges. And as humanity, we are the ones to solve all the problems we face. I believe that the solutions to all our problems are in our minds. We should therefore mind our minds and get the solutions and apply them so that we solve all the problems we face. In his great book, Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe said, "Where are the young suckers that will grow when the old banana tree dies?" The answer is very simple. The young people, the youth are the young suckers that should rise when the old banana tree dies. However, we should not wait for the banana tree to die first. We must start now. We must rise and take our position in the world. What kind of world do we want as the youth? What are we doing to achieve that world? We must design the world we want and work hard to achieve it. As the youth, we must not expect anyone to design for us the future. No one will ever come from any place and do for us what we are supposed to do for ourselves. The question is, what are you doing in your own capacity? Are you doing what you're supposed to do for yourself? No one will do that for you. We should never put our future in the hands of those who don't care about it. We should own our future and strive hard to make it count more than both the past and the present combined. There are two kinds of factors we all face in life. Those that are within our control and those that are beyond our control. We should always take care of all the factors that are within our control. Only then shall we be able to make the world better than what it is right now. I strongly believe that we can all take complete responsibility of our affairs by taking care of all the factors that are within our control. Never put your future in the hands of those who don't care about it. Own your future and make it count more than your past and present combined. I love this great African proverb which says, where you sit when you're old shows where you stood when you were a youth. Now the question is, where are you standing as a youth today? Because that will show where you will sit when you grow old. What an old man sees while sitting down, a child cannot see even if he climbs up a tree. Now, to the old people, what are you seeing in your positions? Teach the young people, mentor them so that they can make their contributions to humanity. We must invest heavily in the youth if we must have a bright future. The old people should do their responsibility, but most importantly, the young people must be responsible. It is your responsibility to carry out your responsibility. Therefore, be in charge of your life. Own your future. Your future is in your hands. Decide how you want it to be. Decide what you want to do with it. Never put your future in the hands of those who are already in the evening of their lives. Their sun may set with your future. As a youth, you must understand that you owe humanity your fruits. You are not born for only yourself. Therefore, do not live a selfish life. Make your contributions to humanity. Mother Teresa made a powerful statement that a life not lived for others is not a life. Therefore, the question is, who are you living for? Do you live only for yourself or for other people as well? What fruits are you bearing in the world? Are your fruits worth eating? In life, you reap what you sow. Your life is your most important garden. Cultivate it with all your might. If you don't like the fruits in your garden, then change the seeds sown in it. What seeds have you sown into your life? And you must understand that your relevance to humanity depends on the problems you solve. The more problems you solve, the more relevant you are to humanity. Now, how relevant are you to humanity? What problem are you solving? Today, we face a number of issues. Which of them are you solving? Your future is in your hands. It is up to you to decide what to do with it. You can choose your actions, but not their consequences. Therefore, make wise choices. If you don't like the results you are getting in your life, then check the choices you are making. Guard your life jealously. Let no one play with it. Your life is your treasure. No one plays with gold. Life is worth more than gold. Gold has a price, but life is priceless. In life, what is priceless is more valuable than what has a price. No one should play with anyone's life for any reason at any time. I want you to reflect on your life. If your life was secretly recorded into a movie, would you recommend that movie to other people? Why or why not? Do not waste your life. Work hard, be determined, be focused, be serious, be resilient, be hopeful, be faithful, and be positive. Use your time well. Most importantly, have humanity at heart. Make your contributions to humanity. Together we can make the world better than what it is right now. Do not be ignorant, for ignorance is the deadliest disease ever. Seek knowledge from the day you are born to the day you die. The world is controlled by those who are knowledgeable. We live in the information age, but many people don't appreciate knowledge. Never be one of those who don't appreciate knowledge. Plan your life well. Know where you are going with your life and strive with all your might to get there. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. In the end of your life, what matters is, it is not how long you live that matters, but how effectively and efficiently you live. You will not be remembered for how long you live, but for how effectively and efficiently you live. Thank you very much.
Wow, wonderful statement from Job Lazarus Okello. I just, responsible, life is a part in our guardians, and life like a movie, when you watch the movie, and how can you share the movie to others? That's a really good quote from us. Thank you so much. Okay, we go next for the next presenter. May I request Mr. Kulfinder Kaur, are you here? Mr. Kulfinder Kaur?
I believe it's a Miss Kulfinder. I'm
Miss,
not sure.
Oh, Miss, okay.
Miss Kulfinder.
Miss Kulfinder, are you here? Hello. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, maybe she's not for a moment.
Okay, we go next for
Miss Korvinder available.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Welcome.
Okay, go. Sorry.
It's Miss.
Oh, Miss or
I think
okay,
Miss.
Miss, are you Miss?
Welcome.
Miss Kulfinder, are you here? Miss Kulfinder.
So, someone said
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes.
Yes, good evening.
Oh, Miss. Hello, Miss. How are you?
Good, I'm
Okay.
fine.
Thank you so much for coming. Okay. Yeah,
Thank
time
you.
is yours. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
I go.
So it is humanity aligned by goals transforms a better youth. It's a very beautiful topic, and I was really, when I was just debating and thinking over it and what I'm going to speak today, so many thoughts came to my mind. First thing was, as are our thoughts, so are our feelings. As are our feelings, so is our attitude. As is our attitude, so is our perspective. As is our perspective, so are our actions. Actions, when repeated, become habits and sanskars. So as are our sanskars, so is our destiny. Humanity aligned goals, I think, will help us transform the sanskar of our youth and also transform the planet ultimately. The world is rapidly changing in terms of education, socioeconomic governance, and in many ways, the world community is expanding into multiracial, multilingual society. The youth of today is not just a national person limited to a particular space, but is an international global citizen who has to be nurtured and trained to be prepared with skills and knowledge, which is applicable in all country contexts. The goal is to serve at global level, equipped with 21st century skills. SDGs, the global goals, which are interlinked and are required because they transcend all the peripheries and settings, regardless of wealth, location, gender, disability, migration status, language, or nationality, and work towards uplifting humanity at large, ensuring peace and prosperity for all the people on this planet. So I think this is an urgent call for all the youth to come forward and align with these humanitarian goals, join hands in global partnership. I think to sum up, it is imperative that youth of all countries are invited and they are, taught and they are made aware, and awareness is created at the grassroots levels regarding these goals so that they know and understand the new responsibility they have as global crusaders to save this planet from degeneration and destruction. They have to understand why it is important to end poverty and at the same time be equipped with strategies to improve health and education, reduce inequality, and contribute in economic growth along with tackling climate change and preserving ecological balance. These common goals are global agenda to be achieved by 2030 by all countries. The international policy concentrates on inculcating the basic, that is humanitarian values. And what are those values? Values of being human, being democratic, being inclusive, being compassionate, without which we are neither humans nor humane. Only youth with these philanthropic, humanitarian, and charitable thoughts can respond, and they can motivate people who can respond to others' problems and extend any kind of possible help in order to lessen others' pain and suffering. And there's a dire need for this kind of compassion in the world, because we are becoming so selfish, we're so self-centered, everybody's so, let's say, so violent, and so much anger is there, and so much intolerance is there. That humanity is, what is humanity? Humanity is compound of love, sympathy, desire to help, which promotes sense of belongingness. So this is very, very relevant, the sense of belongingness, which is slowly, going away, and we just are, we are becoming very possessive, but we are not belonging to the world or the globe or the total this thing, except for our own selfish interest. We are not catering to the larger humanity at large. Then global agendas, this global agenda, it should be nationalized into plans, policies, and procedures, which can be taught with new integrated educational curriculum, and giving all children and adolescents skills and competencies, knowledge and values necessary to lead healthy, productive lives, providing from childhood to adulthood, and as to grow into global citizens. So I believe that SDGs, focused learning, will create inspired and motivated youth, which will help to reimagine, reinvent, and restore our planet to its original glory, where man and mankind are in harmonious relation with nature. And what is nature? Nature collectively includes mankind, plants, animals, landscapes, and all of the products and features of the earth. This humanity aligned goal, all these humanity aligned goals, they are, I think this is the answer to the, this is the universal panacea, I think, at this moment, because considering where there is so much global degradation all over going on. So I think this will help the youth transit, change, transform, and the youth will be able to help to bring change in the planet, and they will rise like the phoenix, imbued with the core values of courage, invincible will, incorrigible optimism to save and secure the Mother Earth. So in our religion also, in our heritage also, we have been taught, I think the Vedas also speak of, going back to the nature and becoming natural. So these SDG goals actually, maybe, in a different format, but the basic essence is the same. And I have become very aware after joining IIU. And I think I really was thinking on this topic, and when I was thinking what I'm going to speak. And I am very grateful that, this initiative has been started from your end, and we are all being given an opportunity to share our views. Thank you so much. Thank you, IIU especially. Thank you so much.
Oh, big pleasure for Ms. Kulvinder Kaur for your great presentation. We are very lucky because you really enjoyed with IIU as a platform, and you come here with your thoughts about youth. Yeah, this is all of us around the world. We need to build our youth generation to be skills and knowledgeable. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we go next. Okay, we go next for the next performer, Marin Tabataze. Are you here, Marin? Marin, hello, Marin Tabataze from Georgia. Are you here with us? Okay, we move on for
yes,
next.
she's here.
Okay,
Marin.
Marin, are you here?
Marin from Georgia.
Yeah, Marin, are you here, Marin?
She's here. I can see in the chat.
In the participant?
Yes, okay, let's go on.
Okay,
maybe
okay.
she's
While
not
yeah,
ready.
while waiting for Marin, we go for Moxie.
No, wait, just a minute. I think she open her camera. I can't see you, Marine. Hello.
Marine, are you here, Marine? Hello, Marine.
Let's go on. Maybe she has a connection problem.
Okay.
She's
yeah,
here.
we move next for Moxie.
Hello.
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 Yes, hi. How are you?
Hi.
Good. Are you Marine Tabad?
No.
Just
She's
Moxie. Oh, Moxie. Okay, welcome. And
Yes.
yeah, time is yours. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Mokshi work.
Okay.
Mokshi. Welcome from Canada.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bienvenue.
Thank you, Corina. Yeah. All right. Let me start with my introduction. As Corina said, I'm from Canada. I'm involved in South Asian community as an events organizer, speaker, mentor, radio and TV host, and a founder director of a not-for-profit organization known as Indo-Canadian Arts and Culture Initiative. My passion lies in community service and making a difference in the lives of our fellow citizens. I moved to Canada in 2002 and decided to start a non-profit organization with the purpose of empowering women, newcomers to Canada, youth, through the community programs and events. It is with the help of education that the youth can choose and seek their interest. They choose their ways and directions of life. With this, they can set the goals for themselves and strive to achieve better. Education propels the youth in right direction. Youth empowerment is all about making them grow and developing their skills. When the youth is equipped with essential skills, those skills will help them lead a better life, especially in later part of their life. Youth empowerment will help to increase the employability of youth that can
Moxie, are you still there?
Moxie?
Oh,
yes.
Got a problem. Yeah.
Yes, welcome back.
Okay, go ahead.
Connection problem.
Oh, okay. Is it okay now? Can I continue?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
go ahead. Yeah, go.
So as I was just talking about youth empowerment, it's all about making them grow and develop their skills. When the youth is equipped with essential skills, those skills will help them lead a better life, especially at the later time. Therefore, empowering, strengthening, and including the young people in our work environment will help reduce unemployment, crime, drugs abuse. This will lead to a better society, a better country, a better world. So education is a key to a better society, and it's one of the way to empower the youth. We can empower the youth with skill development. When the youth is equipped with essential skill, he or she can utilize them to feed, assist others, and even invest for future use. It will aid the nations economically. Youth development is a process that prepares a young person to meet the challenges of adolescent and adulthood and achieve their full potential. Youth development is promoted through activities and experiences that will help youth develop social, ethical, emotional, physical, and cognitive competencies. It is important that the education fosters decision-making skills and critical thinking. Children who attend schools are taught about values, morals, and ways to solve problems, with the ability to make important decisions and consider all possibilities. Children will no doubt be more successful in their personal and professional lives if they are focused on critical thinking. In everyday life, development of life skills helps students to find new ways of thinking and problem solving, recognize the impact of their actions, and teaches them to take responsibilities for what they do rather than blaming others. Build confidence both in spoken skills and group collaboration and cooperation. So it is important that youth is involved in social responsibility. It is important for understanding and participating in political processes, helping people, contributing positively to eradicate social injustice, all before adulthood. In this way, youth social responsibility beliefs reflect an orientation towards civic engagement. So the role of Youth for Humanity is to equip the next generation, particularly youth from undeserved communities, with leadership facilities that will guide them to become understanding and recognized member of the greater community. The important part of human rights is, especially the most important ones, are the right to equality and freedom from discrimination, the right to life, liberty, and personal security, freedom from torture and degrading treatment, the right to equality before the law, the right to a fair trial, the right to privacy, right of belief and religion. So it's very important that we consider youth and try to empower the youth so that they have that skill which help them grow in life. With this, I would like to wind up by saying that education is a very important factor in making the decisions and a critical thinking. So it's very important that children attend school because that helps them in learning how to solve problems. And with this ability, they can make very good decisions and they can be successful in life. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Miss Moxie Firth from Canada, you delivered about the education is a really important for the youth. Yeah, so in this part of your presentation, some of youth students here be with us for this night. So that's a really informative. Okay, thank you so much. We go next for the next. We invite Miss Nira. Are you here, Miss Nira?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Thank you so much for welcome. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time is
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, time is yours. Miss Nira, go.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes, let's start.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I would really like to thank IIU. It's really wonderful to be here on this platform. So now it's a beautiful topic actually today. Humanity aligned by goals that transform youth. So, humanity and goal that can lead the world to the empowered position. Goals are not just aspirations. They act as momentum, figures in our lives. These common goals align our focus and promote a sense of self-mastery and accomplishment. The selection of goals for the entire humanity circle around the well-being and equity among the inhabitants of global space. Sense of security has a direct impact on the efficiency of humankind, be it personal, social, financial, or emotional. Security enhances the overall efficiency of all age groups. The youth of today hold vision of tomorrow. Their energy and proficiency can transform today's dreams into concrete reality of future. The human world functions on the principle of universality as the baseline of the successive goal. It requires waking up to the realization that happiness should be a broader perspective, extending from self to the entire global race. As a firm believer in positive youth program, I reassert the criticality of strategic outlets of energy and aspirations. Youth engagement in economic, civic, and social activities not only foster connection, but also align the humanity towards sustainable development goals to end poverty, tackle inequality, and fight climate change. The passion, voices, and skills of youth are more critical than ever. There's no better time to unleash the power of youth. When given the opportunity, support, and space to make a difference, youth can and will rise to the occasion. By providing this Generation Z with education and training opportunities, we can ensure meaningful employment in order to create a brighter future for themselves, their families, country, and the global community. So now, when it comes to spreading community health information, youth are powerful amplifiers. When young people have access to accurate health information and resources, they can help prevent the spread of diseases. The world has recently surfaced from a pandemic, and we are still going. It's still going on, and we are still fighting. Henceforth, the health measures should be dealt at upfront. As facilitator in education, we have the responsibility to empower the youth by building their capacities and creating access to opportunities for engagement. We need to provide relevant education and training to the youth who can consequently evolve and contribute meaningfully. The perceptive of demand for essential skills and behavior in society have the power to instigate transformation at complex and basic levels. So with this, I end here only. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I wish everybody lots and lots of happiness today and always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
Ms. Neeraj.
I would like to say 2 words, Johnny. Sorry.
Okay, go.
I think Miss was with us 2 days ago. And
yes,
she has as a special guest, and she has a very, very good background and a big experience in education. Thank you too much to join us again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be part of it. And
our pleasure.
I really thank you. Thank all of you from the core of my heart. Thanks, Satan. Thank you very much.
You are so wonderful, Miss Neeraj. Okay. We we still have another speaker for this night, but I hope the participants in this Zoom meeting still have energy, the spirit, and we will share together what we are going to do with our youth. Okay, we go next for Nenrod Gautam from Nigeria. Are you here, Mr. Nenrod? Hello, Miss. Okay. Okay, I have to find another. Okay, we go next for Mr. Pranay Oswal from India. Are you here with us?
Yes, Johnny. Good evening.
Okay. Oh, good evening. Thank you so much. Time is yours.
Thank you very much, first of all, and good evening, everyone. And my heartiest congratulations to all my fellow speakers who spoke some time back, and greetings to all my fellow panelists joining in from different parts of the equator. Thank you very much, in particular, the co-founders of IIU, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, Mr. Stephen V, Dr. Satnam, Ms. Mona, the project director, and a very good person and a fantastic educator, Ms. Karina. And congratulations to you too, Johnny, for being a phenomenal host and a moderator since a very long time.
Thank you so much.
I think you should be immensely proud of yourself. Great. So to begin with, I'll just ask a few questions. And this question is primarily to a couple of my friends and people who are watching this live in India, particularly. How many of you are under 35 years of age? You all could write this in your comment section, or you all could write this on YouTube or wherever this is getting streamed live. How many of you are under 35 years of age? So yes, you comprise over 65% of India's population. So let's be extremely proud of the fact that's approximately 56 crore Indians, or to be very specific, 560 million people under the age of 35 years. And my second question to all of you is, how many of you all are under 25 years of age? You all could post your answers if you're anywhere in India.
We are 17. We are still 17.
Excellent. So the fact is, if you're under 25 years of age at this stage in life, so you must be phenomenally proud of the fact, because you comprise over 50% of India's population. That is approximately 910 million people. So yes, as we speak, I take immense pride as an Indian that we are amongst the youngest nations in the world. The average median age of a person in Japan is somewhere around 48 years. The average median age of a person in China is approximately 37 years. Somewhere, if you are a European national, your age is somewhere around 43 years. If you're in the UK, your age is 40 years. If you're in Russia, your average age is, the average median age is approximately around 39.8 years. If you're in the United States, your average age is 39 years. At the same time, if you are in India or anywhere in the Indian subcontinent, your average age is 26.8 years, which makes you one of the youngest and one of the most youngest Indians in the world. So yes, moving forward, and this is such an important topic, especially in these COVID times. The important question is, and the important thing to know is to develop the attitude and to ask the question that is nothing but ask. When I say ask, it is the acronym for attitude, skill, and knowledge. No matter which part of the world you are in, no matter where you are, no matter which part around the equator you are surrounded, at this point in time, if you have the right skill, if you have the right knowledge, but if your attitude is not in the right place, things cannot be in your favor. One of the most fundamental problems in today's youth is attitude adjustment. They believe they know everything. They believe they know the answer to everything. But the fact is, when they want to really achieve something, that's where the real problem is. So yes, talking about people like Nelson Mandela, talking about people like Mahatma Gandhi, talking about amazing people and people like Mother Teresa, they are respected globally, not just because they have adopted peace, but also because of the way they connected with people, and particularly the youth in their respective continents. So when we talk about Nelson Mandela alone, so I was watching to one of his speeches, and he said, whenever he traveled with his father, and he adopted this thing at a very early age in life, whenever he traveled around with his father, anywhere in the village around, he was the last person to speak. And the second thing was, whenever his father called for a meeting, he never sat in on a table or something. He always made sure that the meetings are done in circles. Every person sitting under that roof was sitting in a circular pattern. The reason what happened was he made sure that he was the last one to speak always. He made sure that he created, and the belief was so high that everybody started believing that they are heard. Everybody started believing that they are listened to very, very properly. And that is the reason when they try to seed sympathy in every single person, especially when you're the last one to speak. So there are important factors like critical success factors, key success factors, core competency, character building, but ask remains constant around the equator, which is nothing but the acronym for attitude, skill, and knowledge. At the same time, moving forward, it's important that all of us today, we also try to adopt these 7 habits, which I'll try to be as fast as I can, because I'm sure we have paucity of time today. So the first one is, please read. Habit number 1, read a lot and read wide content. Most importantly, discuss what you read with the right kind of people. Well-read people have more than one way to look at a problem. It just helps you make a clear judgment and keep you steady all the time. Habit number 2, do not jump to conclusions. Do not come to finalizing remarks. It's very important for the youth of the world today. Habit number 3, create systems and not goals alone. Break the goal into multiple parts, into 10 parts. Make sure what is urgent. Make sure to label what is important. Build standard operating procedure. Build systems so that whenever you are not around, you can get the work done. There is no need for you to get everything all by yourself. Habit number 4, argue, debate, and reason with yourself. Think like a scientist, like APJ Abdul Kalam. Think like the greatest inventor of all time, Steve Jobs. Think like Elon Musk. So yes, habit number 5, be willing to change your opinion in case if you're stuck to one. Stay unattached to a particular thing, be flexible. Habit number 6, write. It helps you think What do you think you know? So yes, writing really helps people to shape their destiny. And habit number 7, seek adversity. Probably the most important habit which is required in today's time. Seek adversity. Think beyond the standard and structured patterns. Think beyond the limit. The best example would be to think breaking the standard rules of the games and tweak your own rules. Passive thinkers versus active listeners is what we always talk about. It's about time, ladies and gentlemen, we not just look at the woods, but we start looking at the forest. So yes, without further ado, I would also like to end my session and end my part of the speech by the famous and the legendary German Nobel laureate, who's also a scholar, Albert Schweitzer, who said, "Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing." Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure conveying my thoughts from this continent in India. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful, Sir Pranay Oswar. That's a really brilliant. And I got from you, this is a key points I got from you. I asked, yeah, attitude, skill, knowledge. As a youth, we need to be imitate 3 parts and the other, like 6 habits you have presented. Thank you so much for your brilliant presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, we go next forward. The next presenter. I'm calling to Prem Ades Lekki. Dr. Prem Ades Lekki are here.
Yes. Am I audible?
Okay. Yes, you are audible.
Great.
Okay,
I'm audible, but I will be invisible for some time. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Baba, Connie. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all my dear friends, the 100 speakers from 50 countries. I understand it's a great honor to be a part of you. How do I begin? I aspire to inspire before I expire. I like this because we only have one life. We come empty-handed and we go empty-handed. All of you who are in India may now be following a story of a Bollywood star whose son got stuck in a drug scandal. And that is very big news worldwide. I'm in Malaysia, but being an Indian, started following it. And since this topic is about youth, so that is a youth with millions to spare and went on the wrong track. Now the Narcotics Bureau is after them, and there's a lot of, okay, whatever is happening, it's not our business, that's up to them. Then there's another youth, another 23-year-old who went to Tokyo Olympics and got a gold medal in 125 years for a great country, India. So his name is Neeraj Chopra. Indians know it, Indians abroad know it, actually many in the world know it. Youth is an icon. Whom do you want to follow? The millionaire's son who went for drugs, or the pauper's son who went to the army, a humble villager who practiced javelin and went on to win in the Olympics? Why I'm saying this? Because the world is listening to you today. First, I want to congratulate you. You are doing a job which I'm thousands of miles from you, but online, and I'm very impressed. I really wish you all the best, and I really wish you so much love and blessings that what you are doing is incredible. And you people are there to change the world because you have touched the core, and the core is the youth. And you are doing it now during the COVID-19 pandemic. Since I'm a medical doctor, I'm 24/7. This email actually came very late to me, and I kept on just struggling with my camera and then my presentation, and I thought, okay, just a few words will be enough to change the world. So may I be heard, even if I'm not visible, and may I change even one heart. I call it success. Thank you very much. Stay safe and healthy, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pram from Malaysia, for your information about the youth. Yeah, so we need to work together. Yeah, to build our good in the future. Okay, we still have another speaker from Greece. Miss Rania Lampu, are you here, Miss Rania?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. Oh, sorry for waiting. Yeah, okay, time is yours, Miss Rania. Okay, let's start.
So greetings from Greece. I would like to congratulate IIU and especially Corina and Mr. Peeyush for the excellent organization of this so significant event, because youth are the future of the countries and represented at every level, and they're necessary and yet underutilized force in tackling global poverty and inequality. Their energy, their passion, their courage to challenge the status quo are needed to identify and address complex problems, and their insights are worthy of attention and investment. I'm a STEM educator, ICT trainer, and also youth mentor. And today I'm going to discuss about how COVID pandemic has affected youth employment and how it is important to create a new framework of technical and vocational education and training, because vocational education is underestimated and underrated in many countries. Vocational education can foster performance, competitiveness, research, innovation, which is a central aspect of successful employment and social policies. So according to the International Labour Organization, the pandemic is having a devastating and disproportionate impact on youth employment, while the most recent figures show that young people face major obstacles in continuing training and education, moving between jobs and entering the job market. And this COVID crisis has severely affected labor markets around the world, hurting young people more than other age groups. Globally, youth employment fell by 9% in 2020 compared with 4% for adults. So the COVID pandemic has accelerated also the digital transition, because it has accentuated the digital skill gaps that already existed, and new inequalities are emerging as many people do not have the required level of digital skills, or are in workplaces or schools lagging behind in digitalization. And also, due to a lack of resources, we have rural training centers, which usually offer a limited variety of training courses at basic competency level, frequently leading to low wages and low quality of institutions. Another more hidden impact of the pandemic, which is already for mention by a previous speaker, is well-being crisis among young people, because surveys carried out by the European Youth Forum show that over half of young people across the globe are showing signs of depression and anxiety since the pandemic began. The unsuccessful search for work and training opportunities, of course, creates feelings of isolation, of dependence, and uselessness in young people. And apart from this, there are negative effects on the economy and on an aging society. So within all this framework, during the COVID pandemic, for instance, the European Union, the European Commission put forward an ambitious agenda to guide COVID recovery efforts in the fields of employment and social policy. And the focus is, of course, on youth skills and what we call technical vocational education, which is a key element of lifelong learning systems, equipping people with knowledge, with know-how, with skills or competencies required in particular occupations or more broadly on the labor market. Vocational education training responds to the needs of the economy, is a driver for innovation and growth, and prepares for the digital and green transitions and occupations in high demand. Is an attractive choice model based on modern and digitalized provision of training skills. Initial and continuing vocational education are part of lifelong learning, and flexible and permeable pathways should be in place between initial and continuing vocational education, general education, higher education. So we have, during the COVID pandemic, the European Union put forward this agenda, the Commission communication on the European skills agenda for sustainable competitiveness, social fairness and resilience. And also a major deliverable was a Pact for Skills launched in November 2020 during the European Vocational Skills Week, which aims to mobilize various stakeholders to upskill and reskill people of working age. In Greece, the Greek system of vocational education training underwent a major restructuring during the years. So the past few years have seen important changes in vocational training. Among other developments, new institutions have set up, innovative programs have been implemented, the social partners have taken on a more active role, certification processes have been changed to conform more closely to European standards, the curricula have been modernized. However, in Greece, vocational education often seemed incomplete during the years, so was disorganized, and always it was a second choice for young people. There was always this social perception that it's inferior than the general education. And there were, for many years, several significant structural weaknesses such as low attractiveness, high school dropout rates, discontinuity, lack of focus on policy design, implementation, a large percentage of disappointed and often frustrated teachers, and clear connection of vocational education with the labor market. So what are the recommendations actually on international level? We need to ensure that vocational education in a general training is agile in that it adapts swiftly to labor market needs and provides quality learning opportunities for young people and adults alike. So it needs urgent reforms and a strong focus on the increased flexibility of vocational education, reinforced opportunities for work-based learning and apprenticeships, and improved quality assurance. So we need training programs that should offer a balanced mix of vocational, including technical skills well aligned to all economic cycles, involving jobs and working methods and key competencies, including social basic skills, digital, transversal, green, and other life skills, which provide strong foundations for resilience, lifelong learning, lifelong employability, social inclusion, active citizenship, and personal development. And all these vocational programs should be delivered through an appropriate mix of open, digital, participative learning environments, including learning conducive workplaces, and supported by state-of-the-art and accessible infrastructure, equipment, and technology, and versatile pedagogies and tools. So this vocational training curricula should be regularly updated as relevant, building on skills intelligence, and providers of these programs should have, in line with national context, an appropriate degree of autonomy, flexibility, support, and funding to adapt this training offered to changing skill needs, to green and digital transitions, while ensuring at the same time quality. They should be learner-centered. They should offer access to face-to-face, blended learning, digital, flexible, modular pathways based on the recognition of the outcomes of non-formal and informal learning, and open up career and learning progression. So these programs are designed to be adaptable, as I said before, to labor market and reskilling needs. Very important, internationalization strategies that can support a strategic approach to the national cooperation in vocational education. Such strategies promote successful national practices worldwide and can be implemented by different means, such as mobility of learners and teachers and trainers, and other joint skills events. VT programs should be, of course, inclusive and accessible for vulnerable groups, such as people with disabilities, young people with low qualified and skilled persons, with minorities, people with migrant background, and young people with fewer opportunities because of the geographical location or their socioeconomically disadvantaged situation. So targeted measures and flexible training formats should be are necessary because they prevent early leaving from education and training and support the school to work transition. So we need to develop supportive programs that target early stage venture and update, of course, national youth strategies in collaboration with youth stakeholders to translate political commitment into actionable programs. So youth need to translate unmet needs in their communities into viable and sustainable income generating opportunities for themselves and others. They need targeted support. And in addition to practical tools that allow them to identify and understand problems well, to identify the right market opportunities, they also need relevant business frameworks, mentorship, as previous speakers mentioned, expert insight, funding, partners, and more. Youth empowerment through social innovation and entrepreneurship has incredible potential to solve problems at a grassroots level if youth are given robust platforms to connect and act. So by keeping young people with the skills, resources, and networks they need to solve problems in the communities and ensuring that they're empowered to lead the process by providing them opportunities to explore different leadership skills and develop their leadership potential, we will be able to form the future leaders. Thank you very much for your attention.
Wow, thank you so much, Ms. Rania Lampo. You give a brief information about the youth, and I get the point from you. The youth and the government, they need to collaborate. Yeah, they need the mentorship. They finding partner and leadership or something. We find the youth from their potential in their life. Thank you so much. Okay, that's great. Hi. Oh, it's really hot this night because each keynote speaker has their own opinion about this youth, and they really enjoy presenting about it. Now we go next for the next performer. I invite Mr. or Miss Vika Baribor Promise. Are you here with us?
Mr.
Mr.
Promise.
Mr. Vika Baribor Promise,
He
are
was
you here?
here before.
Okay, okay. I see on the screen. Yes, here.
Yeah, hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, go.
Good afternoon, Johnny Baba.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vicar. The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Nice meeting you. I'm grateful for this great opportunity. Greetings to honorable co-founders, organizers, moderators, and fellow speakers for this great opportunity. I am by name Vicar Promise, a Nigerian, and today I will be speaking with us on the topic humanity aligned by goals, how it transforms a better youth. Hello?
Yeah, let's
Hello?
continue. Sir, yeah, hello.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Humanity aligned by goal, how it transforms a better youth. In a simpler word, it could be referred to as how humanity, working together with a common goal, transformed a better youth. There are over 7 billion people living on the planet today, spreading across the 196 countries of the world, with each of these countries having different beliefs, ethnic background, and religious beliefs. And you can picture what I mean now is, and this is based on how you could argue is that the world is plagued with conflicts. Given this fact, what hope do we have working together as humanity to transform the youth? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
What hope do we have working together as humanity to transform youth and achieving a common goal? That's what we are here today to discuss and to provide a lasting solution to those problems. In the year 2000, world leaders across the globe came together and they talked about youth transforming agenda. And the agenda, I will describe it under what I call the SDG goals, which aims at coming together globally to transform better society. And we all know that in the process of transforming a better society, the same process, you are indirectly transforming the youth. Hello? And the first thing we'll be considering is no to poverty. If poverty is alleviated, I think there is a high minimal humanity transformation. Then the second thing there is zero hunger. How to eradicate hunger completely from the world, even if it's not gonna be 100%, but at least let something be done about it. Then they also discuss something about good health and well-being of the people. And if the people lives well, the youth, they will at that point also. Hello?
Yes, we can hear
Hello?
you.
Let's
Yes,
continue.
yes.
Yeah, let's continue, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Then the fourth point on the agenda is the sustainable development goals. They also talk about quality education, whereby if the youths are given access to quality education, their mind will change and they have greater initiative to impact the world and thereby transforming it to a greater height. Then the fifth thing on that agenda is gender equality. Gender equality. That is, there will be no segregation among the male and the female sexes, whereby equal opportunities are given to every set of humans to perform their rights on the platform of the world. Then the sixth thing on the point is access to clean water and sanitation. We are craving for a world whereby the society, the society, especially the youth, if have access to clean water and sanitation, they could be able to impact their world and transform it to a greater height. And the seventh thing is affordable and clean energy supply to the world. If the leaders of the world could work collaboratively and work in tandem, and energy is supplied, there will be a lot of work employments, there will be a lot of work opportunities, employments, and a lot of other initiatives, thereby reducing the rate of crime. And by so doing, humanity will be transformed to a greater height. And the last but not least is decent work and economic growth. According to the SDG goals, they discuss that according to them, before the year 2030 will come, that all these 8 things listed, if not actualized, they will got at least 75%. And by so doing, the world will be transformed to a better place. And under the SDG, they also discuss another 8 Millennium Development Goals, which if they could be able to implement it, the youths, especially globally, will engage meaningfully and transform the society to a better realm. The first thing, they also talk about the 8 Millennium Goal. The first is eradication of poverty and hunger. Second, achievement of universal basic primary education. Promote gender equality and empower women globally. Reduce child mortality rates. And the fifth, improve maternal health. 6, combating of HIV and AIDS and some minor diseases which are killing people rampantly, especially in this West Africa. Then ensure environmental sustainability so that the human race could be able to sustain properly on the earth. I think at this point, I'll say thank you. I've gotten to the end of today's little that I have. Hello.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Fikar Baribur from Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Johnny Baba Murray.
Your talks about gender equality. Yeah. So that's really really equal with our youth life nowadays. Okay, thank you. We go next for we go next for presenter.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Mr. Fissanatha Paningrai, are you here?
Hello.
Okay, time is yours, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm here, man. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am
Let's
I
start.
audible?
Yes, you are audible. Okay, go, sir. Thank you.
I, Dr. Vishnath Panigrai. I convey my namaste. Good evening to everybody. Today, we are talking in a very beautiful topic for youth. It is told for youth, the youth of today are the leader of tomorrow. The youth is the hope of our future. We can't always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. I, Vishnath Panigrai, feel privileged to get this golden opportunity in this global platform and I express my gratitude to Dr. Peeyush Pandit and IIU. Youth can do any constructive work. Youth will become the hope. Youth will do every best if we are giving the best education, best mentoring to them. Especially in our country, India, we have seen during this pandemic 2019, pandemic 19, the youth of our nation, they have given the best services in the field of to supply food, supply medicines, supply drinking water, assisting to the patients. They became helpful to supply oxygen, etc. So, it is depend on how we groom our youth to take up challenges of future. It is like teaching our own son, daughter for a better tomorrow. In youth, I see the tremendous potential to perform, to learn, to gain, and what to not. They need to be guided, mentored in a right direction only. They should not be misguided. They can make or mar a country's future. So, only right education can bring the vast youth population to treat human life as sacred and create a sense of responsibility for their family, society, and humanity. If youth are aligned by a specific goal and they are groomed properly, then a big transformation in the term of better life, respect for nature, respect for value and ethics can take place. This will lead to a better earth, peaceful planet, and a sustainable system. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to give me this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Visnavat, running from India. Yes, youth to be guided. Yeah, we don't give the youth to work alone. Okay, thank you so much. So this is the time for us in IIU. Yeah, we talk about youth and their future. Thank you so much. Okay, we go next for okay, you're welcome. We go next for Mr. Rakesh Verma from Qatar. Are you here, Mr. Rakesh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for coming to this Zoom. Okay, time is yours.
Good evening from Qatar. Good morning to Ms. Corina. Good evening, late good evening to Mr. Peeyush. Worldwide, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever we are. We are so lucky to be a part of this global community and meet each other virtually though. And we are talking about youth. Now, India is very fortunate to have the largest number of youth aged 15 years to 35 years. China comes second in the youth population. India is ruling the world by directly or indirectly, in the sense the finance minister, the home minister of UK, vice president of USA, Microsoft, California, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Australia, Canada, Indians are there. People say mini India, people say Indian origin, but we are very fortunate to serve the humanity. In this way, I will just pay my tribute to Indians wherever they are. They are serving the humanity. We don't think we are away from India. I am in Qatar. We are serving the Qataris. the non-Indians. We help build Qatar for the World Cup next year. So Indian as a whole are peace-loving people. And I want to pay tribute to our ancestors, our past leaders, our present leaders, and I hail the youth of India to serve and go on serving the human mankind. And today I will be just paying tribute and highlighting the youth of India wherever they are. Can I share my screen?
Okay, maybe the technician will help you to share your screen. Miss Corina?
I think you can do it. Try, please.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Now I will just showing few slides. Maybe I'll take a little more minute because talking doesn't help. As a teacher, we have been seeing when you talk and when you show, the effect is double. So when I speak, I will show you what I speak. Now, who is youth and who are contributing the youth? Youth is generally from 15 years to 35 years, but we as a teacher could say that till 24 years because we mold the youth. We make them ready for the market. We make them ready for the industry, and they are the future citizens of the country. Why? They are the most energetic, most passionate, most competitive lot of the human beings. At the age of 35, we are at the peak of our career. We just try to build, and energy decreases due to our age or maybe due to our enthusiasm or due to our satisfaction. But they are full of energy due to their vigor, their young selves, and their passion to reach something. And the problem is they are impulsive, they are impatient, they are unable to digest the criticism what people say, their mother, father say, their friends say, and the society say. We as a teacher have to build them, have to control them, have to give them patience. And we have seen these people, if they are trying to build like electric current, if you play with them, play with electric current, you will get shock. If you use it properly, it will work for you. Your refrigerator will be working, your oven will work, your everything will work. But if you play with electricity, it will give you a shock. The youth of today is having full of knowledge. We don't have to teach them and give them any information. We have to only canalize their energy. We have to only give them the direction. They are the open boat. The sail we have to be adjusted with the wind. That is the aim of the teacher. And I am a teacher. So I have been experiencing this, and they are having a very great future. Only thing is, like our previous speaker told, we have to have a sustainable development. We have to care of our environment. Now what? We have to educate them. We have to make them aware of the good and the bad. We have to make them aware of that their parents are not enemies. We are not enemies. We don't say bad things because we hate them. No, we are trying to help them to understand what is good, what is bad. Now, in the world, 28 years below is only 1/8. Blue color sign is the youth, which India has more. We have having advantage. Our youth is more than any other country in the world. We are the luckiest people, and therefore it's a responsibility of Indians in the Indian leadership to help the world, to serve the world, and everyone is looking at India. Now, this youth in future will go for business or will go for profession, will become engineer, will become businessman, will join IT, will become doctor, will have business, will open shop, or will be a political leader. So it all depends on the people like us who have already reached their peak of a career. But we as parents, we as teachers, we as these wise men, wherever we are, we have to mold the youth. And today, as the theme is, the youth of today are the future of the country. And we are a global world. We don't have to see whether he is Indian or Pakistani or African or Canadian or Australian. Wherever we see youth, it's our fundamental duty to help them make the world a better place. Now, our Indians are all in India have made equivalent to Amazon, Flipkart. We are serving the IT companies. We are having the best of the best pathological labs. We are having IT professionals even abroad. And but what happens due to COVID? What happens due to recession? What happens due to some political disturbance? Our youth is disturbed. We are having unemployment in India. People are leaving jobs in foreign countries and coming back. It's a great pressure on us. Neighboring countries, people are coming to India, refugees. India has to look after that. So there's a responsibility for us as Indians, wherever we are. I am here. It's my responsibility to help the world, help the Qatar community, help the other non-Qataris. Means we are having Africans, we are having Filipinos here. So we have to help them, and it's our duty to serve the mankind. Our great saint, Swami Vivekananda, has saluted the world and gave a lecture in Chicago regarding the youth. He is a youth icon, hundreds of years. So my question is, we as a human being, what we are doing for the youth? We have to make them aware. We have to tell them. We have to make them understand that they are the future of the country, and we don't have to always criticize them. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given us 2-3 years back a slogan, "Make in India." We don't say "Made in India," "Make in India." Wherever you are, like if you are having a industry in Germany, you can have a branch in India. Our labor force, our youth welcome you. We will make your item. We will make your product. This is the best way India can serve any parts of the world. But what is the challenge? Our youth is reeling under poverty. Parents are out of job, so they are resorting to crime. They are resorting to drugs. They are resorting to terrorism. They are resorting to what not. But we, as an adult, as we have caused our youth, we should tell them. We should tell them what is good, what is bad. As a teacher, it's a responsibility. I have role model Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our president. He has dreamt. He told the youth has a fire in his mind. That fire has to be ignited always. That fire will lead him to the top. He is my role model. I salute him today. And he dreamt of India to be the best in the world. He dreamt of Indians leading the world. And I hope we will be leading it in the near future. Now, regarding the last topic, people don't vote in India. People say we don't. Why we will vote? Our vote will not affect anything. But I say your vote is equal. Is a very important vote. People can lose the election by one vote. People can win election by one vote. People, I don't know why people are not saying why we as a mature individual adult should tell them that we should make them take part in democracy. Our Indian is the largest democracy in the world as per the population. And then we don't encourage them to vote. The criminals or the uninterested people or unwanted people will win the election and lead us. I am totally opposing that. People should encourage to vote. And lastly, we should speak. We have the power of speech. If you don't speak, how will you understand what is in me? So I am speaking today. I understand. I heard so many speakers. I understood their feeling. We have the power of speech. We are different from animals. Please speak. Please speak positively. Please speak something to encourage others. Smile. If you don't smile, it's like a candle. You light another candle, your candle will not decrease. The light of your candle will not decrease. Instead, it will increase the light of your surrounding. Smile, smile. So this I teach the youth. I teach my fellow colleagues. I teach my fellow educators. I'm telling you all, smile. Smile will make miles come nearby. It will decrease miles near each other. And I hail the youth in vaccination of COVID. I hail the youth in research. I hail the youth for satellite communication. I hail the youth for creating new, hybrid quality of seeds for our agriculture. I hail the youth for making satellites, education, making the Zoom application, which is bringing us. And I salute my youth, my present generation and the future generation, that we had brought this much, this area, this level, but they are taking us even to greater heights. Thank you so much.
Sir Rakesh Verma, yeah, you give your brief information about the youth. Yeah, we have the youth. We need to.
I am a teacher here. Yes.
Oh, I'm an educator. Good.
I'm a teacher here, and I'm working in here for last 10 years.
Okay, great. Oh. Hello, who is it?
Maybe.
Wait, I have to. I have to.
Sorry for this. Such of things happen sometime on the virtual platform. Thank you very much, my friend Rakesh Verma.
Yes, thank you.
Just 2 seconds, Johnny, before to announce the last but not the least speaker of today. I want to inform you that the attendance form is in chat. You may fill it up, but please don't leave, because we have youth with us who will share their thoughts together with their amazing teacher, Taruna Kapoor from India, from Ramagya School. So I take the role of moderator, Johnny.
Let's go ahead.
Most welcome, my dear friend. And your dear students, I meet them in many meetings. They are amazing, like their teachers. Most welcome.
Thank you so much, Corina, for speaking so high about me and my students.
You deserve.
Happy morning, happy afternoon, and happy evening to each one of you here. And heartfelt thank you to IIU International for giving such wonderful opportunity to my children. And at this age, when they get this exposure, I feel so elated and proud that what wonderful and amazing work they are doing. And today, whatever they're going to share with you is the actual work they have done in the school during this pandemic, and otherwise also what I train them. You won't believe that as our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, says that digital India. So I also follow that, and I feel that the more we give importance to skill development, the more competent will be our youth. And on this funda and on this, I work, and my students, they are working amazingly on Microsoft tools. And let me tell you, an applaud for them that they are better than me. Thank you so much. Without further ado, I would like to, tell my students to share their amazing work with you. I hope you will like it. Ma'am Corina, you will have to make Shreya Sharma the host first.
I think just Shreya, just try. I think you can share.
All of them will share separately.
Yes,
so
yes.
Make them the co-hosts. Yeah.
Can you try, Shreya?
Shreya, please try. Bacha, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen.
And they are very young, grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9 students, one each grade, So just have the taste of what they want to share with you.
Can you see the screen?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Hello, this is Shreya from Ramagya School, Dadri, India. Today's topic is youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by the social energy and mature mind. Firstly, let's discuss the line. Youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by social energy and mature mind. What do you mean by this line? This line means a lot and can teach you a lot. And we can say that it doesn't matter the age or time, it matters the work a person did. For example, Shinchan, he's so naughty and do lots of mischiefs. It is a cartoon, but for example, you can take. And he did the mischiefs that a child could not think of to. Yes, a child can, but more than 7 years old. But he's only 5 years old. Can you imagine? And secondly, talking about an old man, so just the example, you can take the example of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. He is 71 years old, and the work he did is really unbelievable. He has connected India like never before. And you can take Samira Mehta. She is 10 years old, and this school student is the founder and the CEO of Coder Bunnies, a company that she founded when she was 8 years old. Coder Bunnies has launched a STEM game with the same name to empower children to learn to code and become leaders in technology. And you can have Chota Bheem. Chota Bheem is extremely brave, strong, and intelligent young boy. Again, this is a cartoon, but really he's so brave. You can take the example. He often manages to solve everyone's problem, which endears him to the townspeople of Dholakpur. And he's only 9 years old. What? And you can take one more example, T2. It is also a cartoon, but for example, you can take Tutu as an 8-year-old boy. No matter how tricky the situation is, but he solves it himself. So I can say that youth is the gift of nature, but age is a work of art.
Thank you so much, Shreya. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now I would request Corina to make Chahat the co-host so that she can share her presentation.
Amazing. I dance all the time. Oh, really, really great. My heart
Over to you, Chahat. Corina ma'am, can she share the screen? Chahat Chaudhary.
Abhishek, I see Chaudhary.
Okay, let's give Abhishek the opportunity first. Abhishek, you can go ahead, beta.
You are co-host now. Thank you very much to be here. It's a pity for people who left.
No worries. Yes, Abhishek.
Hi everyone, it's me Abhishek. So without any delays, let me show you my presentation and then we'll talk there. So we'll just take a second. Hey everyone, hello, greetings. I'm Abhishek from India. Youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by social energy and mature mind. So this is the line that could really could be used to motivate people and to become innovative and creative. To express this thing, I have few of the examples. The boy name is Pandit. This is the picture you can see on the screen. So let me tell you about it. See, it is accepted that Kautilya has an IQ of around 150, the same as that of Albert Einstein. I think you all know about Albert Einstein. He was the scientist having the largest IQ. Such a high IQ is considered extraordinary for his age. The girl now I'm going to talk about is Lee Pawar, also known as the Wonder Kid of India. So, 14-year-old Janvi Pawar is no short of a wonder. The fact that she was titled the Wonder Girl of India at the age of 9 should testify that Janvi is already pursuing the second year of bachelor's degree in arts from Delhi University, when most kids of her age are in class 8. She has mastered 12 foreign accents and learning them on the internet since the age of 9. Next, we have Lydia Sebastian, a 12-year-old Indian origin girl in the UK, has achieved the highest possible score of 52 on the Mensa IQ test, outplaying the scorecard of great like Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. So the conclusion of my presentation was everything could be achieved by doing the hard work. And if we really have a passion towards it, then no power in this world could stop us from achieving it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhishek, for enlightening us with your views. Now, Corina, I would request you to make any one of them either Chahat or Anushka Bansal.
I think she can share. Please,
Please speak.
Mute yourself, others, please.
Chahat, please raise your hand.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you
Chahat.
are.
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Of course, please go ahead.
Ma'am, just a minute, I'm starting.
Yes, no worries.
So hello everybody, welcome to Ramagya School, Dadri, India. And myself, Chahat Chaudhary, I'm the student of grade 7th. And today I'm here to present our presentation in front of you all. So first of all, let me talk about our today's topic. Youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by social energy and mature mind. First of all, what do we understand by a youth? Youth is the time of life when one is young and often means the time between childhood and adulthood, maturity. It is also defined as the appearance, freshness, vigor, spirit, etc. Characteristics of one who is young. What do we understand by youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by social energy and mature mind. This line defines that the age is just a number. We cannot define the youth by its age. We can define the youth by its intelligence, the work he or she do. Youth can do good work in their teenage. They can also do the work that adults cannot do. What youth can do in their teenage? They can do such good things like work on different topics or projects. They also need to respect elders, be a good human being. They can use their precious time in their studies. They can do good things only. Mostly all youths use smartphones, so they need to use the smartphone for their good things, not the bad one. Because if they don't use the phone for the good things, so that they can get disturbed from their goal. So some of the best youths in India. Here you can see two images, one of the Bhagat Singh and the second one is of Neeraj Chopra. First of all, I would like to tell you all about Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh is considered as one of the foremost revolutionaries in India's struggle for freedom. He in many ways gave a direction and impetus to our freedom struggle through self-supreme sacrifice and strategic planning that eventually made him a hero amongst millions of Indians. He sacrifices his life at the age of 23 to protect our country, India. About Neeraj Chopra. Neeraj Chopra is an Indian track and field athlete who competes in the javelin throw. As of August 2021, he is ranked second internationally by World Athletics. A junior commissioned officer in the Indian Army, Chopra is the first track and field athlete to win a gold medal for India at the Olympics. He is also known as a golden boy of India. So motive of my presentation. We can achieve our goal by hard work and also that the age is just a number, not a definition of us. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Chahat.
Thank you. Wonderful.
And Corina ma'am, now I would request you to make Anushka the co-host. Anushka, just raise your hand so that ma'am can identify you.
Anushka, no.
Ma'am, she's raised her hand. I wish you were there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Try to share your screen. I think you can do it.
Yeah. Anushka, you can do it, Bacha. Please go ahead.
We see your wonderful screen.
Just 2 to 3 minutes. Hello everyone and welcome to Ramage School 3. Myself, Anushka Bansal from India. I'm studying in grade 8 from Ramage School Dati. Youth is not defined by age or time. It is defined by social energy and mature mind. Youth is not defined chronologically as a stage that can be tied to specific age ranges, nor can its endpoint be linked to specific activities, such as taking unpaid work. Youth is an experience that may shape an individual's level of dependency, which can be marked in various ways according to different cultural perspectives. It means one is always youthful with energy, curiosity, interest in others, positive attitude, always trying to learn new things from anyone or from selected. Such a person never gets old. Such a person never retires. Such a person inspires, motivates others, and remains inspired, motivated, and energized. Now, here are some certificates and some pics of our collaborations, which our youth students of our school have got or achieved from different countries. Now, Pablo Picasso said, "Youth has no age." With this sentence, he means the mindset and attitude of the creator or artist. A creator like a poet, musician, artist, or anyone who can transcend place, age, name, cause, and every external factor to produce something of a greater intrinsic value which is universally joyful. In order to have such a transition from the mundane, one has to reach a stage of mind not limited by any external factor, and one factor of is age. It means you can be young at heart. Age is nothing to do with youth. Youth is a state of mind. In my opinion, youth is measured in three parameters: curiosity, burning desire for excellence, and energy. It might be like now I'm going to tell you about a student from our school, a brilliant student for our school who is just 13 years old and studying in grade 9th of our school. He is very famous for his intelligence and speaking skills. He is Abhishek Chaudhary. At age of 13 only, he have achieved more than 50 certificates for participating and winning in several competitions and sessions. Now, in conclusion, no matter what age you are, you can still feel young and energetic, means young inside. That we say, keep the kid inside you alive. Whatever age you reach, your thinkings, your enthusiasm towards certain things will never change. That's all. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Anushka. Wonderfully, you said that the kick has to be alive. And dear educators, whosoever is here, maybe I'm not that rich with money, but I'm the richest woman on this earth because I have amazing, amazing students with me. And I am blessed with these children right from grade 3 to age group of 3 to age group of 15. I'm blessed and I am, they are my assets and I love working with them. And when they make me feel proud, I feel that I'm the richest woman and that is my earning of my life. Thank you all. Thank you all for your blessings and wishes.
Thank you too. Taruna, I wanted to let my colleague to say something, but I see he just stopped his microphone. So it's my pleasure and my honor to say love you, Taruna Kapoor, love your students, love your activities. Go on, you are the best. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think this was all for today. If there is someone who was in the start, maybe, or and he or she missed the chance to speak, you may raise your hand. If not, I have the honor to give the floor to a special person. And now Johnny will help me because he has to introduce her. Please, Johnny.
Okay, thank you, Corina. This night we have our special guest for the both speaker, our honorable guest, Dr. Prasi Gaur, founder and CEO of Remarkable Education PVT Limited. Yeah, I have adopted from her notes. You can't swim from new horizons. until you have courage to lose sight of the soul. Being creative is a part of who she is, and when she doesn't get creative, she feels robotic and drudge-like. Renowned career coach who holds a master's degree in virtual communications with specialization in branding from the Birmingham City University, United Kingdom. Bachelor's degree in virtual come from University of Rajasthan and a diploma from Cambridge University, UK, Creative English. Her experiences works in field of graphics and designing, and each are president and training and development council, and so on. And she is also state president of Elementary Education Council of Rajasthan, and she also as a woman influencer, woman motivator. That's a really amazing, really achievement. So tonight, the time for Dr. Praxi Kaur. Time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a ton for the wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. Well, I'm traveling and on the special request by our project manager, Miss Corina. Thank you so much, Corina, for inviting me. And first of all, before I say the vote of thanks, I really would like to say a very happy birthday to the beautiful lady here out there, our co-founder, actually one of our leading co-founder and a beautiful one, Mona Angia. A very happy birthday to you, dear. May God bless you and you keep on rising like this and keep on giving us way ahead new different opportunities so that we all can shine bright again and again and again. And it is an honor. It is an honor to be asked to offer a vote of thanks on this special occasion, of this, obviously the youth development and this particular event, what we have been doing in our project manager. So on behalf of our organization as the country director, India, thank you so much to the entire management team and the group here. I'm very hearty gratitude to our trustee, Ms. Roshni Lal ma'am, our co-founder, Mr. Peeyush Pandit sir, Mona Angia, yes, Mr. Steve, and also, yes, Dr. Satnam. They all have been doing great job. And a special thanks to our project manager, one and only Miss Corina, who's been working really hard on this, seriously. So also extend my thanks to all the speakers for sharing their graceful words with us and in this today's conference. I've been listening while driving and I'm very happy to be a part of this. So I think I would have missed a lot if I wouldn't have been a part of it. So yes, 100% was superb. We have been fortunate to have renowned identity all across the globe. And yes, obviously IIU. So I take this occurrence to thank the entire committee as well as the audience for representing their valuable views, certainly via chat box and giving their more inputs so that we all can come up with new and different concepts through IIU and different other conferences so that we all can give you different and wonderful different opportunities to learn, grasp, and explore with new people, isn't it? So that's something always new. All the participants of this meeting are all inspired. Actually, I've been receiving the messages and reading the chat. So you're to all the speakers and motivating to all of us. I'm sure IIU will continue to get significant provision, from the diverse groups in the future. We will keep on coming up, and that's our promise, and we make sure. And again, yes, the backbone of this entire event, 100%. So, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, yes. So, is obviously, ladies and gentlemen, and even like this cannot happen to one person who's been working really hard. I mean, I have no words, and there's not even one word would be enough for him. But definitely, the wheels rolling weeks ago and been working very, very hard. And it's just one brain behind so that we all could shine bright and we all can learn from that. So the entire gratitude definitely comes from uh, the bottom of my heart to Mr. Peeyush Pandit sir. That's something which he is actually giving us the opportunity, and not enough, to be honest. So we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a very grateful team, motivated team, and the one person who's been working really hard. As I said, Miss Corina, and all the other dedicated team members who've been working hard with us. So results like this is not a one-day job. And we all will be working, yes, hard, so that we all can come up with new different concepts. So I cannot thank enough everyone for their involvement today and their willingness to take on this completion task beyond their comfort zone. So thank you so much once again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and once again, we will be meeting you for another conference on another day. So, all right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prachi, to give me this honor to join us today for vote of thanks. And because you was talking about our founder, the big man from behind the scene who did everything, I would like to end the meeting by sharing a short video about him.
Peeyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Peeyush Pandit is that name who's recognized by his multiple work genres: an international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Peeyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Peeyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across more than 50 countries. He granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Peeyush is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. When you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Peeyush Pandit comes to mind. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations sustainable goals in India and over the globe. Under the flawless leadership of Peeyush Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human warmth which has lost due to busy modern life. They are fighting to ensure ending poverty, unemployment, and making society better for all. Rural India has been a focal point of Peeyush, which gave birth to Help India Help Foundation. The social work continues and the e-village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. At the crux of Peeyush's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. Peeyush is the CEO of Peeyush Group. The organization covers several industries including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. Peeyush Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations, and his work has taken them to the multinational level. Peeyush is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in 2018 with India's Great Leader Award, India Star Book of Records in 2019, GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero, Abad Samman Samaroh, Blood Donation Award, Environmental Sentinel Award, Yuva Gaurav Samman, and Literature Confluence Award. Peeyush Pandit believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness.
Johnny, are you there?
Okay. Oh yes, I'm still okay. Thank you, Corinne, for reminding me. Okay, for at the end of the video, it means that we are going to separate each other for this meeting. But before we are going to leave in this Zoom meeting, let me say something. This is about youth generation. So it means that I am taking from Mahatma Gandhi's quote. Yeah, your belief become your thought. Your thought become your words. Your words becomes your actions. Your actions becomes your habits, and your habit becomes your feelings. As we know, nowadays, modernization has changed youth life. As an educator, we are here in the Zoom meeting. Let's get together, connect each other like we do in this Zoom meeting. We don't have to stop in this time, but we still continuing doing for our youth. Thank you so much for the keynote speaker from all over the world, and all of you are a great impact for us for the youth. Thank you so much for joining. I'm as your moderator, Johnny Baba Maumeda from Indonesia. I'm really sorry if during this Zoom meeting, during this time, I did some mistake. I really hope you forgive me. And thank you, Corina, ma'am, for giving me this time to be your moderator for this event. Thank you, and we'll see you next meeting. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And good night to all of you. Bye.
Have a nice.
Bye-bye.
Great moderating.
And by the way, Johnny, I'm sorry. I did not give you the opportunity to speak. I'm really sorry.
No worries. Taruna, we are friends. Oh, you're really wonderful. You're wonderful with your students. I really love that.
So are you.
I dance.
Nice.
Okay. See you. And, okay. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Great, Johnny.